Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Jesus Christ. That was fucking live. And you know,
Welcome back, everybody, to
listen.
another episode of No Fox Podcast.
Yeah, that's great audio content. People love hearing that in their ears. I'm
Well, you know
sure.
what, Jay? You know what it is at the end of the day? Fuck them. That's what it is. It's fuck them.
Yeah, it's fuck the people that we want to listen to this. Right.
Well, if they're here because they choose to be, not because we fucking. They're not. We don't have no paid actors out here, all right, Jay? All
Yeah,
right.
they wanted to be till motherfuckers start burping in their ear, making them deaf. None niggas
What are
talking
you
about.
talking about? It wasn't even that lound, you know. It was. I mean, I don't know. I'm not on the receiving end, but
I can tell you it was loud.
good. Don't want everybody to know. We got burps out here. Well, what's going on, buddy? Happy St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if you wore anything green today.
Never.
Uh, actually, Jay's colorblind. He thought that the
No, I
hair tie
didn't.
in his hair
No, I
was
didn't.
green.
No, I didn't.
Just go with it, Jay.
I'm
Why?
not.
Why do you just why? Why can't you just be here for the content creation? And it's just always so negative with you. Let's talk about
It
that.
is. It is
Let's.
negative with me.
You are a negative Nancy.
Fact. Facts. That is what I am. I realized that
Yeah.
shit today. I'm a fucking asshole. Fucking. It was just a long week. You know what I mean? Snapped on this old head, and
Yeah, you
then
beating on senior citizens, bro.
yo.
Young
You know what's
seniors,
funny?
bro.
It's funny because I really feel like if I hit him, I'd fucking kill him. Like he that fucking old. So like that's the only thing fucking I wouldn't hit this motherfucker
They were
because
just
I
excited from Geo Dude last week, so you were trying to beat up some old heads.
Geo dude.
Yeah, the dude with no
Oh, the little
legs.
ball with no legs. Nah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like he's. I don't want to say he started it, but like
He
motherfucking
wasn't not starting it, is what you're saying.
right. Like he do doofy shit, and he know I don't fuck with him, and he ain't speak to me. He spoke to J Dub and
White bull, black bull.
White Boy. Oh yeah. He spoke to J Dub because you know I don't fuck with him, and on my way to lunch, I figured, fuck it, I'm gonna go help some niggas out real quick. I'm gonna bring this shit down there where it needs supposed to be. I see motherfuckers kiki, you know, while I'm walking past, and I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. Motherfuckers probably talking amongst themselves, but at the same time, I don't like to see you fucking smiling, so it just pissed me off. Fucking yeah, I mean, but it
You
wasn't
are the
like, nah, but it wasn't
black
like,
incarnate of the Grinch, bro.
nah, but it
You're
wasn't like.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
I just don't fuck with, but it wasn't like that deep. It wasn't like, oh, like what, you know what I mean? So then I get these Johns to these motherfuckers that say they supposed to have it, and they like, oh no, it go to them niggas over there. The niggas I was kiki and I was walking past. So I was like, okay, fine, fuck them. They gonna have to come back down to my area and grab these motherfucking parts. I ain't trying to do motherfuckers favors no more.
So you start just
Um,
stuffing them parts in the bins and start hiding
nah,
them joint.
no, I just put them back on the fucking cart, and I went turned around, went back to lunch, and I was cool. Like it wasn't even. I was a little salty that I walked all the way down there, wasted a little bit of time, but it was whatever. It's gonna extend my lunch a little bit more, and then motherfucker gonna come up to me right before I go upstairs and be like, "Yo, my fault. I was gonna tell you, but I figured you can learn the lesson." Oh, all right, cool, got you. Fuck you. And I was like, and I started snapping on the old head that he was laughing with. I'm like, yo, he a pussy, he a bitch, fuck him. That's what really made me mad. It's not even about whatever. Yeah, I mean, he a pussy. Like he was already down here. He could have brought these drones to y'all fucking area because they go to your fucking area anyway. He was right fucking here. That's what really make me fucking mad. So it's cool. It's whatever. I go upstairs, whatever. Fucking, and then a little bit later, I come down from lunch. I see this motherfucker come down to my area and grab some parts, and he gonna bring them back to his area. So I'm like, look at this bitch ass motherfucker showing some initiative, fucking pussy. So he walk off, right? He just keep walking off, and it was whatever. And then this other motherfucker come up to me, he like, yo, you good? And I'm like, yeah, fucking, I'm good. What the fuck you talking about? Like, he was like, you don't seem good. He's like, your words versus the look on your face just don't match. I'm like I'm good, trust me, like whatever. And then he was one talking to me about why I'm mad, and then we have a good discussion on why motherfuckers don't want to work at those schools. It was whatever. But the next day, right? This is how karma works. This is what I love fucking life, right? The nigga that came up to me and was like, "Yo, my fault. Like, you gotta just learn the lesson." Well, you know how air hoses come on the spool and they be like hanging from rafters and shit, and you pull them and like they have like a chink spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he trying to find the sweet spot in this fucking air hose, John. He pulled that John, that John boop, hit him right in this shit. Done. Man. Done. He fucking talking about, I'm busy. I got nausea. I gotta go. Yeah, fucking dummy. That's what he get. That's how karma work. Fucking goofy ass. I would be good though, because I fuck with bull, but that's what you get, pussy. That's exactly what the fuck you get. That's instant karma, yo. That shit was wild. But yeah, other than that, it was lit. Today we ain't do a fucking thing, my nigga. I started rewatching Game of Thrones at work because we literally had nothing to do. We're removing. We're like moving internally, so like motherfuckers taking out racks and we adding departments downstairs and shit. We ain't run nothing today. We was chilling, and then there was a pizza party at 12.
Well, that's lit. Some meat lovers.
It was lit. Yeah, like 5-6 pieces of pizza. It was lit.
Bro, I've ever told you that you should write books because you just paint a picture of like everything in your job. I don't know half of the shit that was going on. You're like, I walked downstairs, he was upstairs, then he had to come back downstairs, grab the parts. Fuck you. I'm like, what? Then the next day, instant karma is next day. You got Amazon Prime shipping on your karma, bro? You got an overnight delivery, bro. That's not instant. I don't know if you've ever made instant ramen, but like that shit's
You
couple
know what I
minutes.
mean?
That's just not. Oh, I'm
Like,
just gonna order this boxed.
No, but like I say instant because like the rest of my day was beef. So the next day, the first thing that happened to you at fucking 7 o'clock in the morning when you just clock in is you get knocked the fuck out. Yeah, that's instant.
I get it. It's not instant, bro. I know
It is instant because when I walked out the door that day prior, it was still beef and it was still fuck you. So like, yeah.
Just saying, man. You start writing these books, these ones are gonna be bestsellers, bro. This is gonna be Amazon's top seller book. Because you sure do know how to set the scene. I'll tell you that. Like I was at work. And, okay, I don't know how your work set up.
Just know I'm at one end of the warehouse and I walk to the other motherfucking end of the warehouse, and then I walk back to my area, and then I had to walk back to the other end of this motherfucking warehouse to go to lunch. That's what. Okay, understand that. I'm doing a lot of fucking walking for no goddamn reason.
And everybody should know this is a man that hates to chew. He doesn't like chewing. Any of the exertion of energy is not a good time.
But nah, it was also the fucking principle. Like, bro, you here to be like, hey, these parts go somewhere else. Nigga, you the nigga to get the parts. Pick up your shit and walk with it. Like, that's what like first set me the fuck off. It was like, oh, like these Jones go to you, and you was standing right in front of them. Talking about
I thought it was at lunch.
Huh?
Was he at lunch?
No, this is like fucking 9:30 in the morning. This beef start.
But you said you was going to lunch.
Right. This nigga came down at like 9 o'clock, 9:30, talking about, yo, these parts go down there. I wait until lunch. 1 o'clock to go
and
take
them joints were still there?
Yes.
And then he said, I was going to tell you.
No, and then the guy that he was kikiing with came up to me and was like, yo, I was going to tell you. Because that motherfucker don't speak to me. He understands what
guy,
it is.
That the dude you had the beef with was the guy who was supposed to get the parts, but then didn't get the parts.
Right. But I was more mad like at him just for that. Like, nigga, you here.
You see where I'm a little bit confused here, though.
No. Where are you confused?
All right, Edgar Allan Poe. All right.
Nigga, figure this out. Like, that's like a nigga coming up to him being like, I don't know, I need these tires. They right there in front of the nigga and then walk away. Like, you would be like, bro, why wouldn't you take this tire with you, right? Like, why would I now bring you the thing that you're literally just in front of?
Yeah, I get that.
That's
now.
That's
but
right.
Like,
that's the thing.
you made it seem like you were upstairs or you were someplace, and then they were kikiing, and then you got
as I
back to the
walked
spot
past.
when you
Nigga, you
walked
gotta pay
past to the
attention.
I gotta pay attention. I'm trying here, bro. I'm trying. I thought I was like, I was fully invested in the story. I thought I was there. You know, I saw the things on the racks and everything, the CNC machines, the dust on the floor. I could have told you the part. There's a penny underneath that part over there. It's on the floor.
Oh, I can't. I can't. But yeah, it was a lit day. It was a lit day.
I'm glad that
Apparently, I don't got to work next week if I don't want to.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah,
You don't want to get a check, I guess.
Nah, apparently it's paid.
Oh, that's what's up.
Apparently, I don't know.
3
I
days
gotta
are always
find
good
out.
days.
My supervisor don't tell nobody nothing. He just leave early and don't even tell niggas that he leaving early. We just look around, be like, "Yo, where Mike at? Been in for an hour." Well, I don't know. I saw him with a backpack. Oh, cool, got it. I guess he went home for the day. What the fuck?
Seems like a real tight knit operation over there.
Man, it's super funny when like other supervisors are like the bosses would be like, "Huh? Yeah, I don't know. We just seen him." Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, sir.
Okay. Well, where's your boss? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Seen him. I guess that's wild.
Oh my god, it's a wild place to work. I can't wait to quit.
Sounds like that day's coming closer and closer.
Oh, where it is. It really is. I can't. But I kind of hope that one motherfucker died though. They got his head cracked open.
Got some brain bleed, never coming back.
I kind of. He old too. He had like 2 back surgeries, a fucking hip surgery, a neck surgery. He fucked up. And he like fucking Tim height. So that joint, that joint get down even more gravity. And that joint metal. Ooh.
He probably got a dent in his head and shit now.
Oh boy.
Fucking cracked his skull, piece of skull floating around his brain.
The minute you talk about, yo, I'm dizzy and nauseous, oh, you got concussion at least, nigga.
What is that thing?
What's what? This is an Elf bar.
What flavor is that?
This is Dragon Kiwi.
Never seen that there before. Hold on, I gotta turn this
on. Yeah, it's the Elf Unlimited. I got it because it was black. I mean, I like dragon fruit and kiwi.
Looks dope.
Yeah, that too. It's got a nice little pattern on one side, like a texture pattern.
Grip strength right there, a little gripper on there. Yeah, I can't say my week's been super eventful. Pretty much just working my ass off.
Damn, son.
Fucking day and night. Bro, I was out working till fucking 8:30 tonight.
Jesus Christ, doing what?
I was working then DoorDash.
Okay.
Fucking dashing. Bro, these motherfuckers, bro. I'm so tired of like people fucking ordering food from places that are just super far away. Like I had 2 orders. Huh?
Why do you take them orders?
Well, the first one I didn't. The first one was like all the way down to like Marcus. Like it was from Buffalo Wild Wings up in Glen Mills all the way down to Marcus Hook.
For how much?
For like $4.
Why'd you take it?
I didn't take that
okay.
one. All right.
Okay.
So I'm just tired of seeing it on my screen.
Oh, you know? Yeah, fuck it. I understand it.
So I'm just like, nah, bro. Like, don't even pop this up. Like,
right.
Unless it's for like $15. Like, nah, you're not getting these wings, bro. I don't care who you are.
Now the argument would be the tip could possibly be like fucking $10, $11, and then but
yeah, but it'll show you that. That's the thing. It's like, well, DoorDash will show you the tip like before you get the.
It shows you it shows you the expected tip, but that's just the expected tip. Like when you.
So then it could be less than that.
Right, in theory, it could be less.
No, I'm not driving all the way down to Marcus Hook for $4.
I agree. I don't
People
do it
from
either.
Marcus Hook.
Right, I don't agree. I don't do it either. But
fuck them.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
come get these fucking wings. And you're not gonna be ordering this during rush hour traffic when 95 and 352 is just shut down. No,
Yeah,
you ain't getting that shit. Absolutely
yeah,
not.
you're not getting that.
I'm going 5-10 minutes. Yo, let me deliver this fucking Chipotle bowl for fucking $15. Let me get that. Fucking down the street. Yeah, let me get that.
Yeah, you're not
Fuck
doing
you,
that.
Marcus Hook motherfucker. I hope you're listening. I hope you out there. You ain't get your food from me.
How many?
Tell you that much.
Oh wait, it's DoorDash. Never mind. I was just saying how many ride for Philly, but it's DoorDash give you the region, so you
Yeah, they
probably
do
just
like township kind of areas.
yeah.
So, and then they'll do like the on the way kind of shit. Like I did one.
Yeah.
I want to say I did one that was another Buffalo Wild Wings one that was like $19, but it was like over. It was actually across the street from your aunt's crib.
Oh
Back in
yeah.
those $1 million cribs that are back there.
Mm.
And then yeah, delivered over there and had to drive all the way back. And then picked up an order at Wendy's up in Aston because I was on my way back. They had an order to drop off. Bro, I went to this neighborhood, bro, that
Right.
these houses were easily like $2-3 million. This bitch got a 6-piece nugget and like a fucking medium fry sent to
Right.
this fucking like $2-3 million crib.
Right.
I'm like, why? Like
Because
y'all got all this fire food. You wanted a 6-piece
yeah,
nug from
might have had
Wendy's.
kids.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the kids didn't want to eat whatever fucking mom made for dinner because she probably burnt that shit and it was unseasoned.
Yeah.
But it had a fucking
or
in the window had a baby
or-
grand piano, bro. Baby grand piano. Their
or it's the
front yard.
babysitter.
I don't know. I didn't. No,
I know, I'm
nobody
just
answers
telling-
the door to these things anymore.
Yeah,
It's just
thank God.
drop it off at the door and take a picture.
Yeah, thank God. Right.
Yeah, that's
Love-
just pretty lit.
love
I
COVID.
hate when they misclick shit and they're like, "Yo, hand to me," but then they also believe in instructions it's like leave at the door.
Yeah, I
That
love
shit
that.
is so retarded, bro. I hate that
Why?
because you can't just leave at the door if they hit hand to me. Because if they have it in special instructions or whatever,
Right.
like for you to be able to drop the food off and like complete the order, you'll have to like either call them or send them a text message. And like the way that my phone's set up with DoorDash is like it's not my phone, so like I can't call them. So like I just be knocking on the door until they show the fuck up. So you're gonna come get this food, or your neighbor's gonna come get this food. Somebody's getting this food.
But you
I'm
could say
handing this shit to somebody.
you could say it was delivered.
But I can't take the picture of it on the food, so like they could be like, "No, I didn't get it." They'd be playing some trickery, you know.
What I'm saying is you can say that it was handed off. Like it's not like Uber sometimes has a pin that you have to receive from the person. But like DoorDash, I've just said it was complete. You sure you don't see that?
Maybe I'm not doing it right. I don't know. I just be clicking. I'm banging on people's doors, bro. People are having their dogs barking and all types of shit. So, but yeah, other than that, it's just been working. And then I had wanted to ask you: have you ever had a meaningful not meaningful, but like a conversation that you walked away from? And you were like, I'm glad I had the conversation with a woman.
Damn. I like how you made it specific. Oh,
I was just thinking about it, and I was like, damn, bro, I don't think besides unless I'm looking for something or I'm trying to get me something, I don't think I've ever
Yes.
walked away from a conversation with a female that I was like, I'm glad I had that conversation. I'm glad that didn't just take like minutes
Yes,
and hours
I
off my
have.
life.
I have.
Well, I'm glad for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because over here, nope, can't think of one. Can't think of a goddamn one. I don't get it. I don't know.
Oh fuck.
Maybe I'm just an asshole and I have alternative motives, but can't say I have. Can't say I've ever been like good combo.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah.
You want to elaborate?
My girl's mom, like, she's smart, so like you
I'm
can have
glad this
like
is the
intellectual conversations on like anything. Business, finance, science. Like she's smart. So yeah, I definitely. Now before that, no. Please say no.
this is a very recent conversation.
Yeah. Or just a thing, like just an event. Like we've had a couple conferences. Like I can think back to a couple conferences where I'm like, oh yeah, like yeah, good
I
time.
could think of like a couple of conversations where I've been like, "This is going well," and then like it's just like,
Oh yeah, no. But it's usually like a topic that like I don't know of something like learning, like
yeah, like something that they're teaching you, like you
or
came
not
away
even
with some
that, but
knowledge.
like yeah, but just or even just like hearing her and one of her sons like talk about like space and like splitting like stuff like splitting atoms and stuff and just like oh wait what oh they did that like oh shit like oh like or like something about like stars and like just like that type of shit right. I wasn't necessarily here to learn something, but like now I've learned something and like I'm glad I was here for that, or like just gave me a different perspective on something.
Got you, got you. Yeah, no, can't say I've ever had that. Nope, nope. 30 years of life. Nope, can't say I've ever had a positive or not positive, but like a learning experience. Fucking
Ashley's never
conversation.
fucking like fucking
Oh, taught me how to make a hoagie from Wawa. Sure.
no motherfucker.
Yo, do you know they put the cheese on the
You're
sizzler?
telling you're
Holy
telling
shit!
me she didn't you didn't have a meaningful conversation when it came to like raising the kid, like the pre-childbirth, like leading up to childbirth, like no. So
Nope,
everything when she told
not a
you about it,
single
you
one.
were like, oh yeah, I already know this is
Either that or I just don't be listening, which is probably a great.
yeah, that's probably the
Probably
thing.
be more of that. It'd probably be more of
Mm-hmm.
that because I don't be paying attention to shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
I
it.
need to do an autism test. I think I've always had selective hearing though. Maybe that's what it is.
That's probably what it is.
But I did have a conversation about what we had a conversation at work whether or not space is real. Started with
Good conversation.
yeah, it was a good one. We were talking about the moon landing and stuff, and how like Buzz Aldrin has said that he's never been to the moon.
Yeah,
And then we
you
were
know.
talking about how like the boot print from the fucking space boot doesn't match the boots that they were wearing. And then I came to a
Mhm.
realization. I was like, yo, man, why if we're a ball spinning in space, like
Yeah.
like all the time at thousands of miles an hour, how come the stars like aren't different every other night? Then
Oh
somebody like
my
then somebody
god.
told me, it was like, "Yo, it's gonna like it takes billions of years for those stars to get to us and stuff." And I was like, "Well, the moon that'd be over there, and that should be in different spots. Like if we're spinning and it's spinning, don't you think the star like one night, like you wouldn't see Orion's belt? Maybe I wouldn't see the Big Dipper.
Hey,
I see the Big Dipper every fucking night.
that's what I say. But NASA says, or what scientists say, it's like our galaxy is also spinning. So we're
So
just coincidentally spinning at
spinning at
like
the exact
exact
same.
speed of the galaxy. But the moon's also spinning at the like perfect thing to where we never see a different side of it. It's a lot
But
of
like it's
coincidence.
different spots in the sky.
Right. It's a
And,
real
like, the way that
coincidental
the
thing.
sun the moon gets covered up by the Earth's shadow, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. It's
but the
it's
fucking light bulbs that are fucking out in the middle of the fucking space, they don't move. Big Dipper is always out there.
always
Just
out
big
there.
dipping. Just
Yeah.
so I'm like, does that mean, like, do people in China see the Big Dipper?
I don't know.
Do people in Australia see the Big Dipper?
Probably not. They
So
probably
what are they
see
seeing?
different
What
constellations. Like we don't see the Aurelis Borealis or whatever.
I don't know what constellation that is.
That's the little ribbons in the sky with the cool lights that you like see in movies and shit.
You talking about, like, the Northern Lights?
Yeah.
Well, aren't we just? Isn't that from our like atmosphere? Isn't that what that's called?
I honestly couldn't fucking tell
I
you. I
don't know.
thought it was
They're
like
way too not smart to talk about fucking space.
I just know that we don't see it, but like other parts do. So like I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's an atmosphere. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, not like a lot of research, but I've been listening to a lot of stuff about the pyramids and shit.
How they're everywhere,
Yeah, all that they're all covered up everywhere, and then they're all
including
over
the
the
moon.
place. Pyramids on the moon.
Yep.
I don't know about that one yet, but since we've never been there, wouldn't know. But yeah, there was the theory that the pyramids are actually like fucking giant power plants, pretty much, because of with the tunnels and like tubes they go through.
There's a
And these,
picture of it from the Hubble telescope in of 2020 of a pyramid on the moon.
do I have a thing? In other news, did you guys know that ancient Irish people were black? That's news.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were, bro.
No, they
I'll
weren't. No, they weren't.
hold on. Make me pull up the Cheddar Man. Telling you, bro. I'm sorry to like show that your heritage is that we're all Irish. So,
Yeah, that's it. That we're all
see,
Irish.
look, Cheddar Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Cheddar Man.
Yeah, him.
What? What's his face?
He's a black Irish
With blue eyes.
From the prehistoric days.
Evidence found. Well, let's see what we got.
Yeah, please tell me how evidence was found that Ireland was even a country.
Ancient Irish people were black with blue eyes. New documentary suggests. When one thinks of Irish and the image of fairly clear, fair skin, pale complexion, and a copy of the Irish Post underneath the arm. Just kidding. Just a new documentary claims. I could not say that for whatever reason. I can't say it. Is the early Irish people look nothing like that at all? The Björn, Heart of Stone, which aired on Irish television late last month, has suggested that early inhabitants of Ireland were in fact black and had blue eyes. Scientists in the doc used modern forensic techniques to explore Ireland's past, and they found evidence black people lived there around 10,000 years ago. It's understood that the evidence was found in the Clare region, but there's nothing to suggest that they didn't stretch throughout the entire island. The doc says that the inhabitants gathered shellfish and hazelnuts and hunted wild boar. They typically lived around the cliffs on the edge of the sea and slept in caves. Cheddar Man. This is definitely going to be my new Discord picture, just so you're aware.
Oh,
Cheddar Man. I don't know why he's the Cheddar Man.
10,000 years ago, Ireland wasn't Ireland.
You weren't there. You didn't have a map. It was still Ireland.
Still
there.
Sure, the island was there, but it wasn't Ireland. Like it just so happens to be Ireland now.
Yeah, so that's where the Irish came from.
No,
that's their ancestors. What are you talking about?
Jesus.
If they were there and they had kids
10,000 years ago.
Yeah, where evolution comes in, bro.
Okay. Ireland
was evolution. Unless you believe in the Bible. You believe Noah's Ark and all that nonsense.
I don't know what.
And believe that the Earth was here only for 6,000 years, and that 4,000 years ago there was an ice age.
I mean, hell, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I spent most of the today watching a video about Bill Nye going to this Ark exhibit or building in some place where he was following around this scientist that is also a man of God, I guess, a man of religion. And then he was trying to teach young people of the creation and that of Noah's Ark and all that nonsense. Which, if you were to date it, it just doesn't, like, if you question it at all and then It just doesn't make sense.
No, it never makes sense.
So
It never makes sense. It's religion, fam.
well, it's all up to interpretation, you know. And you know what's crazy is that the scientist who's like was into religion, his whole thing was like, "Were you there?" So you don't know. So you like because Bill Nye was saying that like you could count like the layers of ice that were in like
Right.
ice samples in Antarctica, so that they were predating that Antarctica had ice on it from like 600,000 years ago, and they
Uh-huh.
were like, well, you know, there could have been a couple layers, you know, like one day. Like you weren't there to see the layers get laid and like count the layers. So like you're just making an inference that like every layer that's there and produced a layer of ice happened once a year. And then they were making the comparison to like trees. Like you cut a tree down, you see the rings in a tree.
Yeah.
And they were saying like, oh well, some trees grow faster than other trees. And you weren't there to count the rings as it grew. So that's what their like the religious man's argument was, that Bill Nye's wrong and that he's inferring that the Earth is 6 billion years old, because there's no way to actually be there and tell that you were there.
Oh fuck.
And that climate change is not that big of an like it's not. I don't feel like but climate change is really that big of a deal. Like
I feel like there's just not enough information.
I don't think it's like I think the Earth goes through climate changes on its own. So
Sure.
like
I just don't know. Like I do think that, but I do think that we probably contribute to some type of change.
yeah, I'm
And
sure
I
that we
just
do
don't
as well.
know like how much change. So like, yeah, sure, global warming is a thing. I just don't know how much we contribute to that to make it worse
But then also
or
the people
better.
make the argument that cows are a reason for such a big problem with the ozone layer because cows release so much methane, right? But then
Right.
like you're talking about like okay, if you believe in dinosaurs, dinosaurs were these gigantic animals that roamed the planet, right? So how much
Oh,
methane were they leaving, like shitting out and farting out all the time? Like you're gonna tell me that the population of cows here in America is it contributing to the lack of ozone? When you had giant lizards and all types of fucking you had primates, fucking crocodiles, all types of shit that were giant size.
not all of them were giant size.
I'm sure a
Not
T-Rex
everything.
fart wasn't fucking dainty. I'm sure it wasn't the same
No,
as a
but
chicken fart
but we also to the science argument, we weren't there, so we
to
don't
sniff the
know.
fart.
Well, no, so like you don't know what dinosaurs did produce a lot of methane. Like to assume a T Rex, it might not have. We don't know what dinosaur shit produced, but we do know today that cows do produce this. So sure, we don't know back then, but we do know today that cows do. And they're the one animal that's I guess fucking not helping the ozone since we eat a fuck ton of cow. We mass produce cow. Yeah. Like there weren't cows. I don't know. Hell, I don't think there were cows back in dinosaur time. I
Dino cows?
don't think so.
What do we
But
think a dino cow would look like? I mean, if you
what's it?
think about it, wouldn't it be like what, like one of them big, like long neck kind of things?
I don't know. Where do
Wouldn't that
cows
be like a
come from?
giant cow? I'm not the almighty creator, man.
No.
I don't know. Then they were also
Uh
arguing that God gave us clothes because of
they're
sin.
10,500 years old, apparently. All modern
Predate
descended
Earth
from,
in religion.
they come from ox. Well, where the fuck do ox come from? How long have ox been around?
Like African buffalo. They look like cows. Water buffalo? Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm trying to figure out when did we first figure out like what dinosaur would they come from, I guess.
I mean, it'd be some sort of mammal, so wherever the like what other
Ooh, what was that
prehistoric
dinosaur with the fucking horn in its head with the fucking thing? You know what I'm talking about?
unicorn?
I said dinosaur, motherfucker.
You don't know if dinosaurs were unicorns weren't dinosaurs, bro.
I'm literally talking about one dinosaur,
I
though.
don't know.
Okay, that
I'm not super perversed in my dinos. I just know they had the long neck joints. We had some T Rex joints. We got some Velociraptor joints. Dinos.
that's probably where rhino came from.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe like hippo, smaller land hippo.
I can't.
Why?
I,
They
I
don't. They
just
kind of look like cows. Hippos. Like if you took like a breed of hippo and fucking took it out of the water, had to shed some weight because now it's carrying it around. What about elephants, bro? Elephants are fucking wild. It's a wild thing to have.
that is a wild thing to have.
Just gigantic fucking, and then put cover in hair. That's a mammoth. Fucking mammoth.
Mm,
What created that?
huh. So I guess oh, okay, yeah, this thing. Yeah, this thing would be a fucking cow.
Do you have the ability to share a screen? Would be in the bottom thing of your
No, I don't know how to
StreamYard
do
thing.
any of that.
Father fucking time over here.
You said I got
What
there's
did you
something at the
look up?
bottom. I what did I look up? What dinosaur did ox come from? And then I went to images. I don't have that option to share screen. Or if I do, I don't know where it's at. No, I don't want to just be clicking buttons. Shit.
All right. This is what I found. Let's see if this is the same as what you found.
No, I went to Google and I went to images.
This isn't what you found.
I went to
Acreos?
images.
But this is what
I didn't click on Wikipedia. I went, where did ox come from? And I went to images. No,
The fuck is this?
I have no idea.
There you go. There's your prehistoric cow.
That's not
Which one is this?
the animal that I'm talking about.
Buffalo? That's a buffalo. You ever seen a buffalo before?
Yeah, I've seen a
You ever
buffalo.
eat buffalo before? Good stuff right there.
It is good stuff.
Am I getting warmer? You're not really
No,
direct.
I literally told you what I typed in, and that is not what you typed in. I said, what dinosaur did ox come from? That is literally what I typed in. I can't.
Triceratops?
No.
What dino did ox come?
Dinosaur.
We're splitting hairs here, bro.
Not split. It's clearly pulling up different images. So I'm like, where the fuck are these things coming from? What Google do you have?
Same thing. What dinosaur did ox come from?
That's not what I have. How do I no.
I got
No.
T-Rexes and then I got this bull. The dude from Kung Fu Panda.
No. All right, here we go. You see this?
No, hold on. Let me stop share screen. You got it now? You hit the
Yeah.
present thing and then
Yeah, I got the
try it again.
Try it again. Try it again. Oh.
Because maybe it was mine was taking up most of the screen.
No, hold on. Share. Okay, this is Joel. Do you see this?
I see nothing.
You see nothing?
I see nothing. You could just put it in Discord and I could just pull it up from there. That might be easier. Copy the link and then post it in Discord.
It says I'm sharing it.
Well, it's not showing it.
I don't know, fam. Maybe your computer's broken. Now you said I could do what now? I could
Wait.
send you the link. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
can we
I
put it
could do
in?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, do that. I'm clicking on stop doing stuff, things and such.
Oh, I'm on big.
Motherfucker, you telling me on fucking Google, bro?
I thought it was
You
Google.
can't look in the corner. You didn't
I thought
realize
StreamYard always opened in Chrome.
this didn't look like any of your like search, and you didn't think.
I just went to images. I just right away went to images. I didn't care about nothing else. I be getting high, yeah.
I know. It's not your fault.
It is my fault.
Go off the screen. Okay, hold
Oh man.
on. All right. Up. We're having technical difficulties. Boom.
The struggle. Take a shower after this one.
All right. We will now
Wash my
present
hair.
Jay's findings. Are you talking about this fucking wolf tiger thing?
Nah, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over. That
This
joint.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a rhino.
That look like a cow. No, the jaw that look like a rhino got the horn on his forehead.
The Triceratops?
No, I don't know. Maybe
Probably.
Ceratops. Yeah, that joint. Yeah. That's a rhino.
The Toxodon. This is a made up animal, bro. This ain't real.
All
This
these
ain't even a
bitches
real
is,
thing.
all these bitches is made up.
No, you can carbon date things, bro.
You can't carbonate this bullshit.
Actually,
Is it?
apparently, you can't carbon date any of this.
Yeah, I know
Apparently,
you
it's
can't. This shit ain't real.
calcium aragon carbon dating, or not carbon dating, but yeah, things that I'm not smart enough to understand.
Yeah, this shit's bullshit. This shit ain't real, but you know, they tell us it's real. It's not real. Dinosaurs ain't real. I don't
Why
believe
can't
no.
dinosaurs be real?
I don't know. You see that big ass crack in fucking Africa? Tell me why they ain't finding no dinosaur bones there.
I don't know. I don't know what this big crack in Africa is.
This is big fucking crack in Africa. They talking about Africa, the east coast of Africa going to split off. It's going to split off to an island. Look it up.
Like California?
Yeah, like they've been talking about California, but there's a big fucking crack. Did your crack happen like a couple years ago and then it just got bigger? And it's because like there's like 3 tectonic plates all shifting away. So they say it could happen.
Because if I learn this dumb shit, y'all have to learn this dumb shit. Oh, Capital One. Shout out to Capital One. An enormous crack just opened up in Africa. Evidence in Africa is literally splitting in two.
Yeah.
And
so where the dinosaur bones?
they're under there. They're in there.
They're
They
under
still
there.
wouldn't be in the top,
that
bro.
Big ass crack. Ain't nobody like, yo, what's that white thing?
Do you think they're just looking in the crack and just saw like they're
there's literally
be a
photos of
dinosaur?
niggas standing looking down this crack.
Why would
They're-
there be a dinosaur bone just sticking out the crack?
Why would there not be? They were fucking everywhere,
they're-
right? They
Yeah, but they're
literally
not
roamed
just
the
dead
whole
everywhere.
earth. Why would they not be?
I don't know how deep this crack is.
It's fucking deep. Deep enough where they think the
Let's read
continent's
the
gonna
article.
fucking
A massive
split.
crack suddenly appeared in Kenya, prompting new discussion on the breakup of Africa into two land masses. The crack continues to grow inside. I feel like this also helps the argument of Pangea.
Well,
You know,
I
the
mean,
argument of Pangea.
yeah.
You know,
I mean,
there's
if
no
you just
better
put
view.
all of the planet or all of the continents together, they clearly fit together. And
Yes, there's one big like map.
yeah, I mean, Pangea was a thing.
The crack
It-
continues to grow in size as heavy rainfall in Kenya's Norak County exacerbates the kilometer-sized chasm. Sudden appearance of the crack is related to a region zone of weakness and broadly associated with the continued breakup of Africa continent. The leading hypothesis behind the breakup of Africa continent is caused by an underlying superheated plume Superheated plume. This plume is causing Africa to split in two along the eastern edge of the continent. Thankfully, the rifting process will take millions of years as the crust begins to thin and sink, and a small segue begins to intrude the rift zone. Splitting the continent into two is quite common. For instance, led to the opening of the Atlantic Ocean. Notice how Africa and South America would fit a Pangea. While scientists have known for quite some time about the rifting in Africa, the underlying cause seems to have been hard to pin down. Evidence suggests that due to the super plume upwelling along the eastern edge of Africa, figuratively burning a hole in the Earth's crust. How deep is it, though? It stretches about 3,000 kilometers from the Gulf of Aden to Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Is Mozambique part of this?
I don't fucking know. I'm not an African expert.
I don't think so. Sweet. Mozambique is cool. Let's go.
Mozambique.
Mozambique. All
That's
right.
the greatest game ever created.
Well, the larger rifting system could be the underlying mechanism for the 50. It's 50 feet deep.
Pretty fucking deep.
That's not dinosaur finding territory, though.
How, fam, what? How deep do you gotta dig to get the dinosaur deep?
I don't know. Here, let's ask Google. We're just going to
Or big.
rename this podcast the Ask Google podcast.
I don't know. Probably be Ask G podcast because Google would probably be like copyright or something.
How deep underground are dinosaur bones? It lived in Europe and on Greenland 210 to 195 million years ago. At the end of the Jurassic period, the Plateosaurus and at the Snore offshore field had a hollow grave. The fossil, which was found
Way too much weight for this bowl.
2,256 meters below seabed. Below is the deepest finding of dinosaur bones. 16,000 feet below. Yet oil can be extracted. 3,000. Find a lot of stuff about the deepest. That's cool. What's a good investment for 2023?
2,000 meters below sea level, not even crazy because sea level's different everywhere. So,
Oh, the planet moves, so like
that don't even mean shit.
things low could be pushed up,
Right,
and
that
things
too.
that were high could be pushed down.
That's a very misleading fucking line. Oh, 2,000 meters. That don't mean shit. Yeah, that's cat. Look, them niggas ain't even that deep, my nigga. Look, they not even that deep, my nigga. That's way less than 50 feet. You can 100% see a dinosaur bone. Fuck out of here.
That doesn't mean that right above them, where their head is, was the original ground.
My nigga, what you trying to tell me? Come on now, you seen it. You seen Jurassic Park too. Them niggas ain't digging no fucking crazy holes. Them niggas are right there at the top. Look, we right at the side of this fucking mountain. Fuck out of here, yo. Dinosaurs ain't real, my nigga. Don't let them play you like that. It's just crazy out here. The government just out here lying, niggas. You just letting it happen.
I am finding a lot of apparently like a lot of people are just lazy, so apparently they just try and find the right kind of rock that is above air, like at air level, because they don't want to just be digging randomly looking for bones.
Of course not.
So
Because they're not fucking real. Nobody wants to waste their time.
But then how do you explain the ones that be in the ground?
I ain't never seen a dinosaur bone in the ground. That's my point. Nigga, there's a fucking crack going from
It's only 50 feet deep.
My nigga, them niggas wasn't 50 feet deep in them bricks. It was like 5 feet deep. 5 feet deep, my nigga, and they was in there, John. You seen a dinosaur bone next to him. There's a reason why.
The right kind of rock, bro. Africa be blowing sand everywhere, you know?
This
Yeah.
isn't Saudi Arabia. It's not
It's-
fuck. There's no
bro,
sand over there.
Where'd
It's
that map
dust.
go?
It's fucking
left
clay
the
and
map.
shit. This motherfucking boy. Bop. Bop. God damn, I swear to God.
Look at all that. You see that?
Yeah, it looks like dirt to
Looks
me.
like sand.
It's like dirt that literally looks
like-
like a fucking mountain.
Looks like
Because
dirty
there's a
sand.
river. That's a mountain. That is
Then where
dirt.
be sand at?
That is
Where there's
dirt.
water. That's
Show
fucking
me,
sand. bro.
show me anywhere else in the world that sand looks like that.
Well, there could have been old
Stop.
sand. You know, I'm just telling you, this could have been glacier freezing, and then like the water
then-
drained into the Nile. Now, that was a bad picture. That was a bad picture. See, here, this one. This is the one we want right there. See all this? Hold on. How do I get rid of this? My shit's gonna get infected with all these viruses looking on these fucking crazy websites. Yeah, you see all this? All this dry bit over here? I will tell you that this crack right here, this is in the green bit. Ain't no sand there. But this over here, all this dry bit up here, Sudan. Desert. Desert, my boy. Over here, north of Somalia, Ethiopia.
And you're telling
Sand.
me they have
What I'm telling you is that the sand blew up here and then grew some green bit.
so you're
See?
saying Africa's all on sand. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, if it was underwater at one point, then yeah. It's all built up sand.
When was Africa underwater? At any point in
At some point, maybe,
When?
possibly. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't tell you. I can
Got
tell
it.
you that the desert part, that's sand. That must have been underwater, right?
And it's
What
it's
if
just
the
not dirt.
pyramids were underwater? And
Well,
then
There was
water drained. Now it's nothing but dry bit.
what? There's
Sudan,
There's
Egypt.
no evidence that
Sahara.
they were underwater.
I'm making the evidence right now.
Where? How?
The
Out of
sand,
what?
bro? Where's
can't.
sand be? Underwater.
Oh boy.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Where
You're
you
not
finding
wrong.
sand? Besides sand boxes and the water.
Sand is usually by water.
Uh-huh. Then there's just all this dry bit with all this random sand, right? Probably was underwater.
I'm trying to figure out.
That the Egypt was underwater. You do got me on this this dry bit where the crack is. Maybe this was too close to the wet bit at one point. So the dinosaurs didn't go that far. Maybe they were over here. You know, with the real dry bit. This part, Dominican Republic of Congo. I'm sure if we dig in the Congolese, we'll be finding some
Yeah.
dinosaur bones.
So
This
So-
Kenya, Somalia, yeah, all underwater. All
real
dry bit.
question is,
All used to be wet bit. All wet.
if you're the whites, right?
You being
Do-
the black Irish?
Do you help this crack along? They say millions of years. Do you help it along help a million years with some bombs or some explosions or some, earthquakes that you
To
can make
create
with
more
your
beachfront property?
right, and then you take that island and you gentrify the fuck out of it.
Make it like a
And-
new Saudi Arabia
Yeah,
or fucking
Something just
not
make it
Saudi, but Dubai or like
Whoever.
a Madagascar.
well, these would be the whites owning it, so you would make it not Saudi or something. It would
I'm
be
pretty
whatever.
sure if you went over there and tried to just genocide the people that because if
No, we're not killing
well,
anybody.
you're gonna have to.
Why?
Just look at hold on. Look at all this bit. There's
So-
people in this bit.
Right, but why do you have to kill them?
How are the whites gonna take it over? How are you going to make it a straight white island?
I didn't. No. I'm saying white, like run, like they're gonna like let's say the British come and take it, and you just make it a fucking luxury island. Like put all of this money into it.
Why are you putting this on white people? Why wouldn't Asians do this first?
Just because it's what in white people's history. Sure, I'm sure China would.
I'm
sure it would be a race.
I'm sure China
but-
is chewing at the bit, chewing on one of them dog bone toothpicks they got over there.
I just say the whites because
Fucking
it's
gnawing
easier to
foaming at the mouth, waiting to get these blacks out of this new luxury Chinese island bit.
You wouldn't get them out. You'd keep them there. You could employ them, but it's
Not the
now a
Chinese.
Why would you not?
Because the Chinese are just going to bring more Chinese over.
You're not gonna fucking kill them.
I think they would.
Gonna kill them. You're gonna start a war.
Who's going to come help them?
Who's gonna come help them? The UN or America? We'd definitely be doing what we're
What if
doing
they-
in
What if
Ukraine.
they claim the island? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. The whites, I think, would have a better time. That's what y'all do. Y'all colonize things.
I think Asians want parts of that.
I'm sure they do. But there's more white countries. You would take all of Europe and America.
I don't know
That's
if you know
enough.
this, man, but we're a dying race over here.
What do you mean?
There's soon going to be a lot less
Hey.
whites than there are
Right. And
not
until
whites in the world.
and until then,
Actually, I think we're already outnumbered.
and until then, just keep doing what you guys do. Like, especially America. We blew up a fucking pipeline. Niggas ain't even know. And we still don't know, but we think we know. Pretty sure it was us. But
What does that have to do with us conquering a land?
we would be helping. Like, it would be all of the whites. So Europe and America. And we help. We all, because can't just be America fucking throwing bombs into this fucking crack. It's got to be a
Well,
thing.
Obama's not president anymore.
Right. That's why even more this would be better because Biden's old and white. Like, this is in your blood. This is what y'all
Yeah, but
do.
he's not
y'all.
known for bombing weddings. in
He's
Africa.
not bombing. He's just helping the crack. He's not killing anybody with these bombs. They're making earthquakes with their fucking weather machines.
But how
but
are they
you're
going to
just-
spin this? They need to spin it some sort of way. Can't
No,
just
you
be
just
bombing
spin
the
it
crack.
that you just say you spin it that science was wrong. The tectonic plates are fucking shifting at a higher rate. Boom. Split. It's not going to be tomorrow, but instead of 1,000,000 years, maybe 7,500.
So we could have more beachfront property.
Not we, but we as better people. Like, you could really make that motherfucker nice. Like, you'd have to rename it.
Is Ethiopia not nice?
You'd have to rename it. So you'd rename it something that's not Africa related. You'd fucking get rid of all the like shitty diseases
Why
that run
would
through
we-
that
why-
shitty country.
Why would we come up with an idea of renaming what used to be Africa?
You'd have-
Do you think if like California splits off that it's just going to be like
You're gonna have to.
not America still?
I did say that's.
So what
that-
would be the difference of whether or not Africa splits in half? And
So
it's
the
still
difference-
not Africa.
So the difference there is America is one whole country. So if a part of America breaks off, that's still going to be an American territory. Difference with Africa is they're all a bunch of different countries separately. So Ethiopia sure could split in half, but part of that's going to be Ethiopia. And
then
now y'all
part of
are
that will still be Somalia, and then
But-
part of that will still
but
be Kenya, which is more
odds
Kenya.
are they would probably just themselves just form a whole new thing.
Why wouldn't they just keep their borders the way they are?
Because your borders are now different.
Well, not Somalia's.
You'd be split. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Somalia would still pull it up again.
We would have a whole new
this bit?
ocean.
See this bit right here?
Right? Or a
That's
river, or
Somalia.
however-
This
What-
bit right
what
here
bit?
is all Somalia.
What bit? I
This
don't
bit.
see it. Your mouse isn't on the thing. There you go.
This bit.
Uh-huh.
That's Somalia.
But it wouldn't be
If
Somalia,
this
no.
crack happens here,
So is that the whole country of Somalia?
yes.
Well, then the whole thing would just be Somalia.
But then 80% of Kenya and like 50% of Ethiopia.
So that it's not all Somalia. I said,
This
so that's
bit, this corner bit, you with me so far?
okay.
This part right here, that's Somalia. Got
Yeah,
me?
if I'm, yeah.
Following?
Okay, and
All right.
80% of Kenya
This part,
is
Kenya.
on that part.
and then you got some in Tanzania down there. They get that bit.
So then the 20 part that was Kenya is going to be Kenya.
Yeah, Uganda would probably take that over. That bit.
Right. So like just with
And then
that, like
this
they're
half-
going to have a war. So that's what I'm saying. Like somebody's
Ethiopia
going to
probably
try to
let
take
Somalia
that
have
over.
this bit because this is a lot of dry bit, and they want this green bit.
My point is they're trying to take over somebody, Kenya, Somalia, whoever. Somebody's going to try to take that. It's just better if it's not niggas. Like Africa's already a shit show, and like yeah, sure, it's because whites have fucking robbed it of resources, man. Whatever.
That'd be lit though. Think of like a whole big country of Somalian pirates.
Yeah,
Like
America's
Black
not letting
Flag
that
again.
Yeah, they're definitely not letting that
That'd
happen.
be
The
lit.
whites in China will be like, yeah, we'll just split this thing.
Whites
All right.
in China?
Whites and China.
I mean, I'm sure China would be fucking ripping right over there. You know, because it's like a stone's throw for them.
Shit, nigga,
But-
don't throw for us. We got military bases everywhere. Nigga, we everywhere. We beat it. Shit, nigga, we probably there. We probably already there on the side that's split. We probably building bases and shit just in case we are. You don't
We're
got
probably
enough.
on both sides, to be completely honest.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. We got to get that shoreline property so we can build fucking naval bases.
So why
Yeah.
wouldn't we just go now?
That's what I'm saying. We doing that now. We probably doing that now. We probably already getting that shit set up, and then in the process in the Pentagon and shit. Navy already talking about.
What if this is now a new prosperous thing for Africa, and they find like good soil and start like growing crops in it?
Growing
so they
crop
can
where on the
feed-
coast?
Well, no, where the
Wait,
crack
nigga,
is for now.
it's the same fucking land, nigga.
Yeah, but you dig down deep enough, there's gonna be water and shit.
Who digging deep?
Well,
It's
the crack's
already-
gonna make it deep.
Right. So who?
Crack
But
get
now,
deeper, you're gonna get to the newer land.
now let's
you might
say
find some new fertile soil. You can spread it in your fields, and now you can grow crop, and now you just got rid of the world hunger problem of Africa.
so. Growing
Starving
crop.
Somalian children are now being fed because
on,
Kenya
hold
be
on.
trucking
No.
trucking
So part of
ground
the
over there.
part of the problem with Africa is it gets droughts and it's not a lot of rain. So fuck the soil, because when you don't get water because it doesn't rain, good luck to you. It's the same problem that you're already having. That's why the soil is shitty. You just don't have
But
water.
now that there's a crack there, you could unleash like you could find some big pockets of water under there.
It
you
would
know?
just be ocean water.
No.
Yeah, like
No.
that crack is going to split into the ocean.
Yeah, eventually. But like what I'm saying is in the meantime. So like as it is
So like maybe
right now,
100 feet
not-
deep, there's a pocket of fresh water. is what
there
they're
could be
saying.
some water eroding that strip because that's what they're claiming that's what's happening now.
And
It's the crack continues to grow in size as heavy rainfall in Kenya's Norak County exacerbates the kilometer-sized chasm. This is now
Right.
turning into like a little lake.
right, but what I'm trying to say is we increase the speed of this crack. So we're not necessarily here to be like, oh well, there might be water 100 feet. Fuck that. We're trying to get this land off already. Not here for that. Now there's some water 100 feet deep still on the mainland. Great, good for them. Go fucking
throw
find it.
nothing but bombs in there. We're not going to make the whole fucking land shift. It's not like you can just make this crack and then you can just push Somalia out into the ocean.
No, but it would move on its own because of the tectonic plate being shifted, pushing out that way.
Yeah, we can't manually shift the tectonic plate.
I don't know that we
The
can.
planet has to do that.
I don't know that we can't. We
Well, I'm
have
here to
weather
tell you that
machines. I
It
don't know
has
that we
nothing to
can.
do with the crust of
But
the Earth.
But you could nuke that fucking thing, and they
It's
say
still
that
not going to move the ground.
well, that would create an earthquake, and that would move the ground because they're already unstable tectonic plates that are shifting. So if you could create an earthquake, you are helping the shape the plate shift. That's the point of my bomb theory.
I get that, but the amount of earth-shaking earthquakes that you would need to shift a tectonic plate big enough to move Ethiopia,
we don't
and
need to
Somalia
move it all
and-
the. We don't need to move it all the way right away. We
I
just
know.
need to get that
We got
motherfucker split.
just nuking Ethiopia, or
You don't gotta nuke it. I mean,
well, you
could
just said
nuke it.
nuke it
I said you could nuke
to make
it.
an earthquake. How are we going to get earthquakes in Africa?
You could nuke it. What you could really do, you could set off underwater charges where the cracks are, and you get that motherfucker going. I'm just saying you could get it done, and it don't gotta be tomorrow. Just the next 50 to 75 to 100 years. I'm just thinking of how it could be prosperous for the whites in China. That's all.
Well, we appreciate you, I guess.
That's if niggas had their shit together more, and hell, maybe they will in 75, 100 years. Maybe.
What if they just send fucking the dudes who be digging for diamonds and just start digging the crack?
Digging the crack for what? Dinosaur bones?
No, to
gold?
get the beachfront property.
Oh, they could start digging too. I'd be terrified to go down in that crack because that motherfucker starts shaking on me
You're just telling
randomly.
there's diamonds down there.
Sure, I'm just saying I'd be terrified. I'm pretty sure. Hey, good luck to them niggas. I'd just be terrified. I'm terrified of cracks because I understand earthquakes are a thing. So, I'm good.
So you think like that earthquake could just happen and then the crack just gonna seal you up?
Good. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Depending how tight the crack
is it really
or-
cracks that are scaring you, or is it the
Or-
epidemic in the 80s?
No, or the earthquake then rattles the fucking stake that I have inside that's staked into the fucking rock, and it rattles it out, and now I'm fucking falling to my death. No, I'm terrified of crack.
You ain't getting no steak, bro. You're going down there with no shoes on. You're just jumping down there with your hands to dig.
How am I getting down there?
They're gonna push you down there. What you mean?
You're an idiot. It's 50 feet deep. That's a death fall.
That could be soft dirt down there. You don't know.
You're
It's
out
new
of your
dirt.
fucking mind. It's new
It's used dirt down there. That's nice soft dirt.
Damn, it's just nothing but jagged rocks and fuck.
No,
cow
it's all
shit.
washed out. You got
You're out of
good
your mind.
rain dirt. You got mud down there. You got to tell
Yeah,
them
you're
to
right.
dig
There's
out the
no
mud.
light down there. You gonna throw
You got
lights?
the sun? What do you mean? There's nothing but air.
Not
There's
50
nothing but
feet
fucking-
deep.
Oh, yes, there is.
No, there's not. You know
Here,
damn
here you
well
go.
there's not.
Here we go. Here we go again. Look, you can see the bottom right there. See that?
Where?
Right there.
Where?
Boom. Right there.
Where? Where
Hold
is
on.
there?
Right there. I keep
That is
forgetting my
not the
cursor.
bottom.
That's the bottom, bro. It's only 50 feet. This
That
is
is
eye
not
up in
the
the sky.
bottom.
This is bird view right here.
That is a death fall.
We even got a little video.
You fall
Link will be
50
in the
feet,
description.
and you let me know how that works out for you.
Boom, 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 boom. See? Oh, hold on. That's the bottom right there. Can I full screen this? No, I can't. Right there. All that bit right there. They got a truck pouring the dirt right down there. You can see the bottom.
You fall 50 feet. You let me know how that go for you.
They're building a ramp to put the people down there to start digging.
There ain't nobody digging. Where you see that at?
Why not? I feel bad for the guy who owns this field that was growing crops there, though. His shit's done for. He only
Fuck
got
'em.
half the land to work with now.
Fuck
Well,
them.
you got to work on two different sides.
See, that's the thing. What
Why
are
wouldn't
doing?
you send people down there? You just tell people there's diamonds or dinosaur bones down there, or cobalt, or
Because
whatever they
it
need to make
could
Tesla
be-
batteries.
Because at any second you could have an earthquake, and that 50 feet turns into 100 feet, and you are now
Well,
dead.
what's the difference between what they're doing now?
What do you mean?
Would they put the people in the dirt so they can find diamonds and cobalt?
Are they doing that in active earthquake tectonic shifting zones. I don't know anything
I don't
about
think
it.
this is active earthquake zone.
They
This
just
is
had an
also
earthquake like
wasn't
2 weeks ago that
that's
grew
not
this
what
crack
caused
bigger.
this.
They just had an earthquake 2 weeks. That's what brought this story back up. Because this happened a couple years ago. Like this wasn't a new thing, but then the crack got bigger because I had an earthquake or some shit.
The leading hypothesis behind the breakup of Africa's continent is caused by an underlying superheated plume. Nowhere in here do they talk anything about an earthquake.
I didn't say the cause. I said what just happened recently, which brought this back up, was there was an earthquake which got the crack bigger, which brought this story back up into the news cycle. Because it was like, oh shit, yo, Africa could be splitting.
They're saying that the crack continues to grow due to heavy rainfall.
I don't know what they're saying, but I'm just
I'm showing you what they're saying.
Okay, I'm saying
Right here, this bit. You
right.
see these?
What I'm saying is what I read wasn't saying that.
Well, this was
died.
never mind. We're not gonna look at this anymore.
Why? Why are we gonna look at that anymore? When was that from?
That was a wee bit old. That was from 2018.
Oh, that's a tad out of date.
Okay, so new up-to-date article, everybody. Okay, images of the Kenyan Rift Valley purporting to show evidence of a continental split that could see Africa's divide into two have circulated online. A large crack in the ground have been cited as proof that tectonic movements are wrenching the continent apart. You could see landmass divided into two, claiming the third massive 35 miles split in the Ethiopian desert as further trend of the evidence of the trend, but the dramatic images are not worth what they seem. Can we see a picture? Do we got pictures? We got no pictures. Why we ain't got no pictures? What's this video? What's this? Fanny packs.
So also to your desert thing, not all deserts are sandy.
You got rocky deserts.
You can have sandy
Dusty?
deserts like the Sahara, or you could have ice covered deserts like Antarctica or in between. So you can't have a dirt desert. A lot of this shit.
Look at that.
Sand.
Never
What
mind.
am I looking at? What am I looking at? Don't look at
2 days ago. Look, bro, those dudes can jump down there.
That's one spot. That's probably at the beginning or the end. That's the very tips.
That's
or
the whole
the
crack,
ends.
bro.
Fuck out.
That's the
That's
deepest
the
part of
whole
the
crack. Now, hold on. What's the one up top? What's the one?
This one?
Nah, the other one next to that.
18. Bro, they've been
Right.
filling this crack in.
They've been filling. I mean, I would hope so. That's shit.
This
I
is
would
the
try.
most recent. This is from 2 days ago. They can hop down there. So you
Yeah,
look at it. They're probably down there looking for diamonds.
I'm sure they're not, but yeah, them niggas can walk down that joint. I'm sure there's parts where it's shallower and deeper. I'm just saying we need to help it out.
This could be the crack. Too. Also, this weird sandy picture.
I think it could be. I think it's a river though.
There you go.
There
Not that deep.
Not that deep.
Yeah, he's a dude in front of it. Look at it. Boom. There's the road. Either way, China's not on it.
They probably are. I mean, I don't know. They could. Shit. What if India takes it?
They need it.
Shit, that man China need it. Damn, I'm fucking high. That bong hit. Whew, that was good. That was fucking good. That might be
We've
too
spent
good.
probably 45 minutes to an hour talking about this crack in Africa.
Definitely not an hour.
It feels close to it.
Anyway, it's key. It's fucking.
We
key.
like glossed over the fucking meaningful conversation. That was
Well,
like a
it started-
5-minute conversation.
Well, it started because about dinosaurs not being real and how you should have been able to see them.
That's not where it
Especially right-
started from.
That is where it started from. I was like, why don't they see him in this fucking crack in Africa?
I don't
If
think
they-
that's how it started.
That's how it started.
We can go back into the video.
Somebody read it in the chat. That's how it started. I promise. You've been watching March Madness. You make a bracket. Your job got brackets.
No, they ain't got nothing of that.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think a couple people did, but I didn't hear nothing about it. So, which is cool. That's great, I guess. Don't put me in anything. Thanks, Joe.
fucking- My job did a shit. Did some shit. I'm in that drawing. First place, $550.
That's what's up.
Yeah, second and third place don't matter.
Wait,
You get some money. I gotta take a shit.
wait. Hold on. Now I got questions.
Questions about what?
Have dinosaurs been found in glaciers?
Oh. That's a good question. I got a shit.
Well, hold on.
Well, no, it's
It's passing.
yeah, it's not necessarily a hold on type of shit. Ugh.
You're a fucking brave man.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
You
no,
just
that's
fucking damn near shit yourself in that chair, bro. You just almost left a brown stain.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna be looking up whether or not dinosaurs have been found in fossil resources that are preserved in glaciers have a glimpse of the beginning of the life of our planet. Ooh. So then how do we explain then this? Right? Because if fossils of mammoths and shit have been found in glaciers, how do we refute the fact that dinosaurs have been in glaciers? Here we find massive beds of stratololites, which are hard rock buildups of bacterial mats, sometimes referred to as sliced cabbage, formed in the bottoms of shallow, warm seas and are responsible through photosynthesis for the oxygen-rich atmosphere we live in today, composed of layers of blue-green algae. Sliced cabbage form a wide variety of shapes, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to find dinosaur bones in glaciers. Ancient sea creatures. A melting glacier in Patagonia made way for Chilean researchers to unearth the country's first complete Ichthyosaurus and nearly 24 other fossils. Man, associate professor at UMag. The remains of the beast, which the team named Fiona, are the results of a 31 expedition that saw researchers hike 10 hours to a remote excavation site alone, where they camped in tents. During the expedition, 23 new specimens were discovered at an incredible rate per a press release of the findings. On those days when the team could reach the site, they documented the Ichthyosaurus and other fossils and discovered new specimens. Amazingly, on average, 2 Ichthyosaurs were found every day. The visited scientists, blah, 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 said then released that after a year's trip, she confidently She's confident the region is home to the most abundant and best preserved Cretaceous ichthyosaurs deposit in the world. We hope to obtain results, so we're saying that, well, which would make sense. Go away. So I believe that there should. Ooh. Boxes are falling. Hold on. Pause. Time out. Shoebox. It done fell. Oh, Jesus. Oi. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. Moved. Okay. So we're back. Yeah, so we've been talking a fuck ton about dinosaurs. I'm gonna take a sip of some whiskey here for St. Patty. Pour it out for him. Four Roses small batch. Good stuff. Other things that have been going on. Drama in the world. Oh, but also back to these pyramids. So I do think it's fucking pretty wild that they've now discovered and they now believe that the pyramids are these power plants that they were using the pyramids to generate power, and that they weren't actually these tombs for ancient Egyptians, and that apparently most of the pyramids are made of these giant solid chunks of granite, and that since granite is probably one of the hardest materials that are on the planet, that with these perfectly formed cuts, I find that a bit interesting. Listen to the podcast Flagrant. They had a ancient Egyptian, and he's not ancient Egyptian, but they had an expert on the pyramids. And he was talking about the ideas of the pyramids being basic giant power plants. That you have these chambers that were perfectly
Cheese
built.
Girls?
Cheese girls.
Cheese Girls?
No, I was talking about the pyramids, and like how wild it is that like they're made out of these fucking materials that are like thousands of pounds, and they're perfectly placed, and like to create fucking 4-inch tunnels that are just perfectly straight throughout the whole pyramid, that like if you were to be building it at the time, you'd have to like already have had the rocks pre-cut so that way that forms that right like the perfect square that you could send a fucking robot up, because they've been doing like photo imaging of like what's inside these tunnels and shit.
Right.
They were saying that like and like inside, like in the end of the tunnel is a little door, like not like an actual door, but like
Right.
just a solid brick, and then there's two pieces, there's like two little prongs that look like the end of a plug. Like they're two copper pieces that are in the wall, and that they were theorizing that since like somehow they were doing some chemical like I wouldn't say experiments, but they were doing things with chemicals and water that were causing chemical reactions that were creating energy, and that the pyramids themselves were actually like pretty much like giant power plants.
I don't know, from aliens, right? Or are you saying niggas was smart back then?
I don't think so. I think it definitely leads to like either some sort of ancient civilization that was more advanced.
Niggas was smarter than, okay.
Yeah. Like I don't think I kind of think that the pyramids were probably there, and then people inhabited Egypt. Like there's people that like live in slums, and like the pyramids are their fucking like view in the morning.
Hold on. What do you mean they were just there and then we found them?
Like they were built by a previous like inhabitants of the planet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because you know that the pyramids were buried, right?
Sure. Not all of them.
Not all of it. Like, yeah, not all of it. When they found the
No,
Sphinx,
not all of them. Like the ones in Mexico, like they're just in forest.
No, I'm talking about just the ones in Egypt. I'm just talking about Egypt.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because these are the ones that we only theorized that they were power plants.
Oh.
This is all the only thing I've learned about is about these Egyptian pyramids, right?
Okay.
So that the fact that there's like these subterranean levels that like have these tunnels that go straight to almost damn near the surface of the pyramid that have these little walls in them with these copper pieces in them is just very strange, very weird. I also don't you also think of like it would be weird, like it's weird that they didn't just make their city like almost around the pyramids? No?
No, that's just, I've never thought about the location of them to the city or anything.
I mean, I know people are doing that now. People are now like buying up the areas around the pyramid so that way they can create luxury kind of apartment kind of deals or housing.
Why would you build the city around the pyramid?
Why wouldn't you want to wake up in the morning and fucking look outside and there's a giant pyramid?
Why would like we?
It's one of the fucking wonders of the world, bro.
But we think that that's a wonder of the world. Them back then didn't think it was a wonder of the world.
Well, they don't know what it was. They theorized it, or they thought it was tombs.
But let's go off the theory of what we've all been told, that the Egyptians built them
as tombs for the pharaohs.
Right. You've already had your city. Why would I build a tomb for a nigga that I don't even know is alive yet, let alone don't even know when he's going to die, in the middle of my city? Like, why would I build a tomb first and then my city?
But the people who have the tombs are getting the tombs made are the ones deciding where the city is.
But this is what I'm saying. If I don't have this is like, I'm not building my coffin before I build a place to live. That doesn't make sense.
I get it, but then that's where I'm coming with the theory that they were already there.
Why? I don't know. To me, it makes sense to be like, okay, I'm gonna put it over there.
Why?
Why? Because there's space. Like, I have all of this space. Like, I don't know. It just, why not?
You don't think it's also just weird that like most of the pyramids kind of align with like the equator of the planet? Also, and those main big three pyramids also align with fucking the fucking Orion's belt.
Do I think that's odd or coincidental? Sure, maybe, but not necessarily. No, because
like 90% of the fucking the rock that the pyramid is made out of is made out of like one of the hardest rocks on the planet.
So for one,
that doesn't come from there.
So for one, the equator is a thing that we made up that wasn't relevant to them back then. What an equator was, that's
so then why they all put all of these pyramids damn near it?
That's just where they were. That probably was more of a coincidental
thing.
But back then, for what they believed in with sun gods and all these other wild gods, here's these 3 stars. I could see how back then they believed in something on how that would help them get to heaven or whatever afterlife that they fucking believed in. And yeah, I mean, hell, they thought a pyramid was the best thing to be buried in. Like, why a pyramid? Why not a fucking octagon or what? Like, I don't know. We don't know. But yeah, I'm more of like, oh, like, cool. There's these also, 3.
if you
But
were also not a pharaoh, or if you were a pharaoh, and then you guys like stumbled upon this, wouldn't you not want to make that giant thing that you guys found into a tomb?
I don't know, not necessary. Like I don't have that like thought of like, oh, I want to be buried in this giant fucking pyramid, but I don't know. Like I can't. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't think of a reason why they were like, "Ooh, let's build a pyramid versus an octagon versus a rectangle." Like I don't know why triangle was the shape that they picked. Whoever built it, I don't give a fuck if it's human, alien, whatever. Like I don't know why pyramid was the shape to do it. I don't know. I don't know. And let alone be buried in it. Fuck no, I know. It's probably the biggest thing. Like, why would I guess on the ego thing? Yeah, bury
That's
me
what
in
I'm
the
saying. Like that's why
bury
they
me in
would
the
be
biggest
buried
fucking
there.
thing.
Like
But in theory,
I
that's
am
why
a
they were
chosen
built,
by
though.
God. Like,
But that's why they told us they were built. They said the pharaohs wanted them built because they wanted a big fucking monument, essentially, to them. Like, so
yeah, but how are you going to build something like the Pyramid of Giza in the time frame that would be his life?
oh, I agree. Hey, look, there's a lot of loopholes. I
That's what I'm saying.
definitely believe that it wasn't built by the Egyptians, but just to play devil's advocate, like I do see where like you could be like, well, hey, look, this is like the logical route. And I'm like, I get it. I don't really have much evidence other than how could this happen, and well, nobody knows. But if that's the only thing, fuck it, whatever. I definitely would say there's a
Yeah,
lot
like
of lost knowledge,
here's a map
but
of this is the Pyramid of Giza. This is Khufu's made under the watch of Pharaoh Khufu and completed around 2550 BC. Egypt's Great Pyramid, or the Pyramid of Giza, served as the world's tallest man-made construction for thousands of years. You're telling me we built a 500-foot rock that has all of these fucking chambers and shit that which had to have been formed and cut preemptively. And then you have these vents that just randomly go to the surface for whatever reason. That and
like
all of
to
this
say
stuff would have had to have
whatever.
been pre-cut perfectly and placed when you're placing all of these rocks. You didn't just barely saw the rocks and then just dig into it and then make
No,
this.
but you would have workers working on the outside, and then you'd have motherfuckers working on the inside. You'd have both things happening at the same time,
And then this was also the world's tallest structure, man-made structure, for thousands of years.
right? Because nobody decided to build anything bigger. Okay, great. That's not really relevant to me as far as why it took so long for it not to be the tallest. I don't care really, but I don't know.
That's what I'm
There's
saying, bro.
there's just a lot of things we just don't know about that time. So like I just don't know. Like they believed in a lot of wild shit. I, motherfuckers believe in a lot of wild shit now. I don't fucking
And
know.
I'm saying that I
But I
believe
fully
that this shit
believe
is not made. I
if
think these were here.
I fully believe. All right, but think about like sure they could have been, but then somebody still had to build it. Like some human probably, or fucking I guess an alien, if that's the route you could go. Like, but still humans had to build it, or aliens. So what?
Which would make more sense because you have some of some of the materials are not naturally found anywhere close to where the fucking pyramid is made. And you also have these incredibly large chunks of granite where these statues and obelisks are created out of that are with primitive tools couldn't be made that way. You know, they also theorized that the Sphinx did not always have a human's face on it.
It has a human's face on it.
Yeah, the Sphinx.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it looks like now. I just know it's missing the nose or something, right?
Exactly.
So the nose makes it look a human.
No, do I need?
Okay, yeah, I said I only thing I know about the Sphinx is it's missing a nose. I don't remember anything it looks like.
Obviously, you didn't pay attention to fucking social studies.
To remember what the Sphinx, yeah, no, sorry, it's not needed in my daily use of knowledge. To
Oh, it
care
is
what-
now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. I still
It's
don't care.
fucking. You need to know about it now, Buck.
I don't
You ain't
care.
going to fucking sleep tonight, Buck. I'm telling you, you're gonna be fucking up and I was wondering. Why
I'm
does this
not.
look like this? See, boom.
And you're saying it didn't always look like that. That's what they're saying.
Well, why would you have everything that's created? Like they have all of this shit that's like. Do you think that this human head is proportioned to this lion body?
I
But
don't
all
know.
of their
Like,
all of their statues are like normally proportionate. Look at the fucking paws on this bitch. Look how long those things are. That's a tail. And you got the fucking body. Why is the head the size of a peanut?
I don't know.
This. See? Look how small that is compared to this, the rest of this. So what people are theorizing now is that this has been made after. This has been altered. Probably maybe there was some damage, maybe something happened and they need to fix it. Maybe the original nose or something fell off. Because what they're theorizing now is that this was had a lion's head on it. And they theorized that they created the Sphinx during the age of Leo. You know the song Age of Aquarius?
No.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good on the song. But what's the gist of the song here?
Well, we just left the Age of Aquarius, or we're in the Age of Aquarius right now.
What does that mean?
It's the time frame of where we are in time.
What does that mean? Like, is this some type of astrology bullshit? Do I need fucking stones or something?
It does connect to astrology.
Oh, okay. So I got to get some like fucking gay hippie moon rocks to like figure out.
No, you don't need rocks.
Sure.
Yes, because it has nothing to do with any of the rocks.
I need some white girl with fucking dreads over here with some fucking beads and stuff to like really help me figure it out.
Call Jerry Rice downstairs, and I'm sure she can grab you some fucking rocks.
Who the fuck is Jerry Rice?
So she can throw us some fucking rocks, all right?
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
So the age of Leo is said to be between 10,000 BC and 8,000 BC, which they are also predating the date that the pyramids were made, like 6,000 years ago. So we're now theorizing that the Sphinx was created during the age of Leo, because where the Sphinx points, that's where the sun would rise. Because
What does that have to do with anything? Is my
it has to do with the
point.
constellation, because where the sun will rise is also where the constellation is in the sky. It lines up with it, which is where the Sphinx is. I'm just saying.
Is who? Like, what does that? What I'm saying? Like, who cares? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
It can't just be coincidental that you just made this shit.
Okay,
Like
right.
this.
Okay, great.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying.
Let's say it wasn't.
It's fucking mind-boggling, all right?
Okay, great. Let's say it was made on purpose. What the fuck does that got to do with anything?
Know.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Don't know.
Like, that's great. Okay,
that's what I'm trying to figure out here, Buck. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What does that have to do with anything? And now that we're in the age of, what are you saying? We're in the age of fucking Aquarius.
We have now entered the age of Aquarius.
This fucking Sphinx.
I don't know. I haven't figured this out part. I haven't patched this all together yet. All right.
We need to bring on a chick with rocks.
Process. Yeah, we need to find some fucking bullshit chick with rocks that her Mercury's in retrograde, and she needs to tell us what this means. Her rocks are in Gatorade, and we need to figure out what this means.
Yeah, because I'm lost here. I'm so lost. Not
Trust
gonna
me,
lie.
I'm lost as well as you are. So I just need to know what this means with the pyramids. Maybe there was something that they were putting in the age of Leo when they had the pyramids, which was creating the power, vast amounts of power that they were using to charge their cities and
They're
ancient
using
technologies.
moon power.
It could be. It could be.
Moon power. That's great. That really is. I would just be more on the mindset that there was probably uh that they're dating things wrong. Things are older than what they think they are, and there was probably a civilization before us that was more advanced that did build this, and
Then died
that
off
knowledge,
and left them here.
right? Well, the knowledge was lost before floods or whatever the fuck, and you'll just never know. But or it was aliens, but that doesn't necessarily make fucking sense because I don't believe in space and shit. So, hey, did you hear the government said aliens might be sending little fucking
Yeah, there's an alien.
spaceships?
Pentagon has said that there's an alien mothership that's sending UFOs.
Yeah, you hear about
Yeah.
that? Maybe they're coming back to see
They
what.
want their pyramids.
Yeah, maybe they're coming back to check on it fucking billions of years later.
Yeah, maybe they were coming back to the age of Aquarius. Maybe it's all
Yeah.
connected, Buck.
I'm sure that's it. I'm sure that's it.
Bro,
Hopefully
what-
they come and blow my house up first with me in it. Or not my house. Just find me at work and blow my whole warehouse up with me in it. That would be perfect. Yeah.
Well, you better get some fucking rocks.
No, they might save me.
That might be the signal. Your charged stones might be the signal to bring them down and blow you up.
Well, if chicks start blowing up, I will be sure to grab rocks.
Well, what if they just blow up all the chicks with rocks and then you're fucking left there fucking with your rocks and Gatorade?
They're gonna blow up all the chicks with rocks at one time.
They could. Maybe it's like some Mars Attacks thing, like when we're playing the song, the yodeling music and their heads blew up. That's gonna be all the chicks with rocks. The rocks are just gonna fucking start.
Well, then I'll
vibrating
just
in their
go get
hands.
rocks.
Well,
And
you
then when
gotta
they
get the
play
right
the song,
rocks.
and then when they get this, I'll just find the chick's dead body
And
then grab the rocks off her.
what if they scoop up the rocks?
They gotta get down here first.
No, they got
probably-
tractor beams, bro. They got advanced technology.
But she wouldn't drop the rocks
No, the rock's just gonna blow up her head and then just float off into space.
in the dust. Okay.
Or it could turn into dust. And turn
Well, I'd
into the
order some
minerals that
off of
they need.
Amazon.
But
Hippie
they'll
rocks.
already gone.
They'll already be gone.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
coming and taking all in one fell sweep like Santa Claus.
Well,
Just
then I'm
over the
fucked.
night, just poof, gone.
And then then I guess they'd leave because all they're here for is rocks.
And the pyramids, they need to come grab them.
They need to come grab them.
Yeah, they need them for their power supplies.
So why
Or
wouldn't
they've
they-
gotten
so,
new
all right,
advanced
well-
and created new energy, which was that was the secret to finding the new energy source, which then created them.
Explain this then, right? Because I'm more of why are there other pyramids on planet Earth than necessarily why are these three in Africa, whatever. So explain that one with your theories.
Well,
Or
they're
is it a
all
whole
about
nother
around on
theory?
the equatorish area, so and then they're all used in like religious and like godlike ceremonies.
So how did
There's pyramids in China too that they've just grown and bulldozed
so-
over.
so how do you explain these other pyramids? Like who built those other like what like you don't think it's weird
could
that
be
we're
the
like so
exact same group.
fascinated on like these three and not at any other pyramids? We're just amazed on these. No
Well,
other
these ones are also probably the best preserved pyramids.
I don't know.
Because I would think that over time, people would then like learn like what do people do if they go to like abandoned buildings? You go fuck shit up.
Nobody fucking
We're a very destructive species.
nobody
bro,
fucked up the ones in Egypt ever.
because they were buried in sand.
No, not during like the wars and shit.
Most of it was.
No,
The Sphinx was buried up to its neck. It was just the
not
head.
during the wars.
What wars? What? Which wars?
World War I, World War II.
Yes, it was.
Any of the fucking African wars that we were in.
We weren't
We were
blowing
in
up pyramids.
Somalia.
Yeah, but we weren't fighting pyramids. They weren't hidden in. They weren't hiding in the pyramids. We didn't have no quarrel with Egypt.
What I'm saying? What?
I mean,
What?
some pyramids could have been destroyed in wars, but these ones are also very well preserved, which is what I'm saying.
Sure. They're preserved, but you're saying they were preserved because they were buried under sand, and I'm saying during World War One, well, they weren't buried under sand.
I'm
And
pretty
us,
sure we were excavating them from under the sand during World War One.
and to your point of we like to destroy things, well, why wouldn't they have got destroyed during?
I'm sure that they've been tampered with and been fucked with a bit.
Well, yeah, we've gone inside them and shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's
we've been doing the
tampering.
fuckery
Right.
with them now. Which is why they also theorized is why the Sphinx lost its nose. Because they shot a cannonball at it, blew off its nose.
Right. Because it was a nigger nose, right? But it was buried
I don't
under
know if he
sand.
has. I don't know if he has blackish features.
Maybe that's
I
why
would
they
assume
blew
they
off
would
its
have like.
nose.
I would think he'd have more Arabian type of.
Maybe it had
Egypt.
an alien nose, and the fucking Germans
Maybe
blew
the
it
head
off.
on it was originally alien, and that's why they carved in a new human nose or human face.
That's why they.
Because one of the pharaohs was like, "Yeah, we can't have
four
this."
nostrils.
What was the Sphinx made out of?
What about the pyramid fucking in what was it, Maya? The Mayan pyramid? What about that? Who built that? Why is nobody amazed about that? It's not an amazing feat. It's not mind blowing to anybody.
The Sphinx was not assembled piece by piece, but was carved from a single mass of limestone that was exposed. When workers dug a horseshoe-shaped quarry in the Giza Plateau, approximately 66 feet tall and 240 feet long, it's one of the largest and oldest monolithic statues in the world. So yeah. That's even crazier. It's one piece of fucking stone.
That's not that crazy.
That's pretty nuts, bro.
Not that crazy.
Earthquakes, tectonic plates, bro. Where else do you ever see giant pieces of rock that are this one piece?
I don't know. I don't look for random rocks anywhere on Google Earth or whatever. So I never. But that's just not what I'm doing with my free time. So I don't know. If I do start to look for that type of stuff, I'll let you know.
Temple pyramids were the most striking feature of the classic Mayan city. They were built from hand-cut limestone blocks and towered over all surrounding structures. Why did they make all of these pyramids out of limestone?
Nobody's just questioning why triangles. Like I have so many other questions than fucking who built it. I could give two fucks who built it. Or when.
Pyramids were carved out of giant limestone blocks.
It might have something deep.
And then they have these gigantic Egyptian obelisks. Oh,
So I would go for the more theory of they're dating it wrong. These
Egyptian
things were all built during
carved from a
like
single piece of
Aegean.
stone, usually red granite. The unfinished obelisk is the world's largest largest known ancient obelisk that is located in the northern region of the stone quarries of ancient Egypt, in Oshawa, Egypt. It is studied in detail. Look at that motherfucker. This shit don't keep you up at night?
Never.
Like, why?
I don't care.
Why?
I just don't care. It's not important.
Yeah, you're no fun.
Yeah,
These are the
nah,
things
I
that keep me
guess.
up at night.
I'm sorry.
Because you just get over there and just get stoned and not think about these crazy things in the world. And this is why your fucking Mercury is never going to be in retrograde.
Yeah, just things I just don't care
Unbelievable.
about.
Have you ever wanted a naked cat?
Never in my life.
No. A lot of people do. I don't know why. I think they look weird.
I don't know. I mean, I prefer a cat with fur, but
Yeah, cuddlier. Better to cuddle with. Why would you want a hairless one that you have to put clothes on all the time?
you
Keep it
don't have
warm.
to.
Well, you do if you live in a cold climate where there's snow.
Well, then you don't get that kind of cat.
I don't know. I think it could be some things. I don't know, but that does it for this week's episode. So if you guys have liked this episode, please like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to look up things about Egypt and these great obelisks made out of giant granite. And Homeless Jay here is going to
I'm gonna go
not
take a
think about
shower.
stuff. So, well, I hope when you're in the shower, you'll be fucking thinking,
I won't.
why
be.
did they make these things out of this?
I'll probably
super
be
hard rock?
listening to
Why did this
YouTube
happen?
channel
Why do we have?
Black Conservative Perspective.
Well, I hope
Check
that he
him
talks
out.
about the pyramids. I hope that
He
he comes out
doesn't.
with a new episode of Black Conservative Pyramids.
He-
Why wouldn't
he-
you be conservative about your pyramids?
He doesn't.
I'm going to email him. I'm going to make sure that he makes an episode about these pyramids
Yeah, you email
and
him.
why they aren't being
I'm sure he won't
conserved
talk about
by
it ever.
the African community.
Who? Not our problem.
It is your problem.
I guess.
Black African Conservative YouTube channel?
No, not my problem.
It's his problem. He's going to be a conservative black man from Africa.
No.
He's going to conserve these pyramids.
No.
Okay, well, all right, everybody. Thank you for happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for shooting this shit with us. It's been this week's episode was very boring. I will come out and say that this was a fucking shit show of an episode. I don't even think I'm going to repost this.
There you go.
So thanks, Jay. Thank you for being here to create this fucking wonderful content that people are going to spry out of their beds to come watch.
Yeah, they're gonna hear you spew about how you stay up at night about dinosaurs.
Before you went to take a shit too, also I was looking up dinosaur bones in glaciers.
Oh yeah. What did you? What?
They have found actually recently. I don't know how recent it was. I think it was like 21, but there was a glacial bed where they have now found a fuck ton of these dinosaur bones that were underneath some sediment. So
Cinnamon?
Sediment.
Okay.
Dirt.
Yeah.
So Glaciers have revealed that there are dinosaur bones underneath of it. So, yeah.
Well, glaciers were just water that froze, so I imagine you're
Yes.
gonna find some dinosaur bones in frozen water. But now
That's
to
also
that
where we found
to that
mammoths.
point, though, hold on. To that point, you don't see dinosaur bones just fucking, in any of these avalanche videos or any of these glaciers that you just see falling off. You never see anybody on all these fucking tours that they have through Antarctica being like, "Hey, I think I see a dinosaur bone hanging out of the glacier." Never, not in fucking life. But sure, I guess a couple of
Yeah,
sheets
because
have
you're also
melted
talking about a
now,
landmass
and-
that wasn't there.
What are we talking
Antarctica,
about?
is Antarctica land?
What are you talking about?
How would dinosaurs get to Antarctica?
Sure, they live there. Animals are all over the planet. Shit swims. There's polar bears up there. How do you think polar bears got there?
It's down there. Antarctica is in the South Pole.
Up there, down there, whatever. nigga.
Not the same.
Same difference.
Not the same.
It's
not
cold.
same. Not same.
It's
Same.
frozen water. Same difference. How did they get there? Shit swam, got on land.
Yeah, but if it's not part of Pangea, then how would they have gotten there?
They swam.
T-Rexes can't swim.
T-Rexes weren't in Antarctica.
Exactly. How would
We're not
dinosaurs
talking
get
about
there and swim?
T-Rexes. We're not talking about fam. There are more dinosaurs than T-Rexes.
Yes, I know that, but you're talking
So-
about land dinosaurs. How would a land dinosaur get there?
We're not talking about land dinosaurs.
You
Talking
just
about
asked if
dinosaurs
there's
that can
dinosaurs
swim.
be in Antarctica.
Right.
How would they get up onto the land? Antarctica is
It
a
also
landmass.
froze. So like there's water there that froze, and like penguins swim and get on land. I'm sure there were dinosaurs that swam and got on land.
But it's
was
also
a thing.
cold and a desolate place. Why would you want to be there? And you know food there. Why would you want to live there?
You don't know there wasn't food there.
Why would there have been food there?
Why would there not have been? We don't know. We don't know what was around back then until we say we found a bone
What
and
if
some
it's an
DNA of
ice-covered
something.
landmass and you have 600,000 years of ice? I'm pretty sure you can infer that it was cold a lot of the time.
Sure it was.
So if
What's
it's
that got to
cold
do with
there, why
something
would
that
there be
couldn't?
things there besides things that can survive that hostile environment? Like,
Right.
like woolly mammoths or like woolly things.
So there would be animals there that would have died, and their bones would have been there. Even if it was just one species of animal, their bones would be there. And there's no bones. Nobody's just really finding, but they are finding bones apparently, according to what you just read. They are finding bones, so that clearly were animals, according to science,
Okay.
on Antarctica
on,
or the
hold
whatever
on.
pole that we're talking about.
We have a 3-year-old fucking article
So-
here. Hold on. Dinosaurs lived in Antarctica and are well known from the northern tip of the Antarctica Peninsula.
Oh, look at
Although
that, the
few have
northern
been
part.
described formally, they include Ankylosaurus, the armored dinosaur.
Yep, armored.
Mosasaurus there.
Fuck cold.
There's still dinosaurs in
I don't
Antarctica.
feel it.
Did you say you don't feel it?
No, I said he don't feel it because he armored. He don't feel that cold. You don't even know it's cold. That
Mesosaurus
motherfucker's
and
in.
Plesiosaurus, both marine reptilian groups. So you had now dinosaurs that did swim there and then got up on the land.
Look at that, and now you had a food source. Again, where are all these bones at?
They're there.
Where we
They're
just so
in
happened to
Antarctica.
we just so happened to randomly start finding them. My point is, just now, randomly, coincidentally, when if there was all these animals there, not a lot, but just there was animals there. Shit was flourishing. Apparently,
You go dig in the ice and snow.
I'm not digging in the ice. My point is, when you see
How are we
these-
supposed to
wait,
find them?
Hold on, they've been doing tours for that motherfucking thing for years.
Nobody lives there though. It's all science stuff.
Right, but I said it's tours. So motherfuckers are always on boats just floating by. You can see glaciers fall into the water. Ain't
I
nobody
don't
ever been like, yo,
know the
look at that big fucking bone, or look at that thing hanging out of that glacier that has now just fallen. It is now exposed a fossil. No, not never. It just so coincidentally happened now. Hey, whatever.
It's
Hey,
not
look,
now. This is over 3 years ago before you had this idea. And
That's
also, I
now.
don't know when the first dinosaur was found there.
well, let's look that up. These imaginary animals. You gotta find a new hobby. You gotta get some anxiety meds or something.
1990
1990
and 91. 1990. The
they
years.
found the first bone.
They found the first discovery of dinosaur fossils in the central Transantarctic Mountains of Antarctica, a site
Right.
on Mount Kirkpatrick. Mount Kirkpatrick.
And then
Near
after
the Barrymore
91,
Glacier, yielded the bones of Siloparius ellioti.
so why aren't we finding more bones on Antarctica?
We
If
do.
we knew it's a hot spot since it's 91, where are all these other fucking...
Bro, what do you see in every museum you ever go to?
I see fake bones.
Dinosaur bones.
I see fake bones.
That we
They're
make
not real
casts of the
bones.
real bones.
That's what
You
they
think
say.
all just cast of the same fucking dinosaur that they
But-
find?
That's what they say. They say this is just a replica of the bone that we have somewhere in storage that you can't see or touch because oxidation and it would crumble into sure, okay, cool, whatever. I'll just take your word for it that you have this real bone somewhere because the government's never fucking lied to
So
me
this
ever
is the
in
first
my
one they
life.
found.
Hold on, what are you looking at? I'm not looking at it. I was like, that's the bone they found, and that's just a drawing of what they think it. That's also the other thing that fucks me up. Like, y'all just be like, oh yeah, here's some bones. This is what we think it looked like in the colors of every. Like, fuck
This
out of here.
were first discovered in Antarctica in 1986.
Fuck out.
Now we're going even farther back.
You're out of your mind.
I'm out of my mind.
Yeah.
But we've found the dinosaurs.
Who's we?
They did. Humans, people, us, me, you.
I didn't see shit. I just keep seeing fucking fake bones. Niggas say they have them, but we barely find them.
What are you talking about? We find them all the time.
Where this all the time? I see like once a year, once every 5 years. Yeah, we found a bone. Oh,
How
you found
often
a-
are you looking up how recently they find dinosaurs?
I'm not looking it up. I really
Exactly.
only. I'm
You
going
never
off
know.
of just.
Why would it be in the news? We constantly find
Because
it's day and night over here. It's like
that's
going
how I
to
see
get
it.
coffee in the day.
That's why I see it. They're like, oh, at this new discovery site, they found fucking partial of some fucking thing that they found, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Where's the rest of it? What is this thing ripped apart somewhere?
So we're talking about So we found about the first dinosaurs. I want to say was probably like 40 or 50 years ago.
That's when we found the first dinosaur.
Yes. Hold on.
No, I'm just saying that's what you said.
That's what I'm saying because
Okay,
I was saying that the
I just
first
wanted to
one
make sure.
found in Antarctica was
Okay,
in 86.
all right. I just wanted to make sure I heard you.
I know you were like 30 years old back in 86 because you've been here since the fucking dawn of time. So, but
These things are everywhere now.
you should have remembered when this newspaper was coming around. Read
You don't
all
think
about
it's-
it. The dinosaur
These things
found in
were
Antarctica.
massive. And then what? They turned into oil? Isn't that some bullshit? How's the oil got to do with dinosaurs?
Oil is not actually fossils fuel. That's not what it is.
No, but there's something about oil and
There
dinosaurs,
is
right?
something with dinosaurs, and the
Yeah.
oil, but I don't think that's an actual real thing.
Okay. All right. Oh, all right. No, it's not true.
Yes, oil and gas are formed from organic material, mainly deposits of sediment in the seabed, and they're broken down and transformed over millions of years. But in the 2 centuries since the first dinosaur bones were identified in England, nearly 11,000 dinosaur fossils have been unearthed worldwide.
11,000 bones.
That
Fam.
they don't dig for. We don't randomly dig for these bones. You also have to remember that. We only look to find fossils that are like around air level, that are very easily accessible, and then they're stumbled upon because we're not spending money around the world looking for bones.
Yeah, which is also crazy to me. The fact that anybody's spending money for somebody to dig and look for a fucking bone is insane to me. You know how many times I
They
find
probably
fucking
don't.
you know how many times I find fucking regular chicken bones and shit in the ground, and they're like, "Oh, this is," and then they're like, "Ah, it's fucking
not
chicken or a
fossilized.
dog or something like that." But like, if we can readily find fox bones in the ground and mistake them for dinosaur bones, we can't find these fucking massive tree trunk.
Because people
Calf
aren't
legs.
digging. The regular motherfucker that's finding chicken bones and fox bones, that's saying it's a dinosaur bone, is also the person that's finding the bone on the street.
No, I'm talking
Or
about
he's
these
digging, like, in his
motherfucking
backyard.
archaeologists.
And he's like, yo, I'm going to dig this hole for my fucking time capsule for my kids or some shit, and finds a bone. Yo, this is a dinosaur bone. I found a bone in the ground.
No, I'm talking about the archaeologists that be digging for shit. They find bones all the time and they don't know what it is at first, and then they do it. Oh no, it's not. Okay, cool. Keep it pushing. You know what I mean? And then they eventually find some big shit. And be like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah. How did you not see this big motherfucking thing? Also, we can scan the motherfucking ground now. We can take X-rays of the motherfucking ground. Ain't nobody just taking X-rays of the ground. So like, yo,
Yeah, I'm
there's-
sure not.
there's a
because that
big
shit is
fucking thing
probably
here.
expensive.
Man, fuck out of here.
Are you funding it? You just said you can't believe that someone's paying somebody to go dig holes.
But what
looking
I'm
for
saying,
bones.
without digging the holes, we can X-ray the ground.
Yeah, but I don't think you're X-raying down in the ground far enough that you're finding the bones.
Why do you gotta do this?
I don't know. I don't be digging holes for
Come
bones.
on, man. Them drawings massive. We talking. My nigga, they say these bitches used to be big as houses and more, but we can't find. My nigga,
I'm telling you, we be
imagine
finding
not
bones
being able to
all the
find a
time.
house underground. Come on, my nigga. Imagine Kim Kardashian house go underground, fucking, and we not be able to find that big ass joint. Crazy. We'd be damn near
don't think
Stevie
so.
Wonder out this motherfucker. Crazy. Insane.
Bro. Oh, hold on. Well, that's old. I was going to
That's how
say
they get you.
this article says it's hard to say how long it'll take to track these down, but currently we're discovering new full specimens at a rate of about 14 a year. They're finding dinosaurs all over this motherfucker.
14 a year. Is that what they say?
Yeah, that was from 2009. I'm
Well,
sure
hopefully
people
it's-
have given
hopefully
up
it's
on
gone
digging
up,
dinosaurs.
right?
I don't think there's money in finding dinosaurs.
No, because nobody gives a fuck.
Everybody gives a fuck.
They don't.
Everybody cares about dinos.
Put in the chat. Somebody comment if y'all care about dinosaurs.
They're not less than this long. We're 2
Nobody
hours in.
cares.
I'm moving
They don't-
this part of the podcast to the very front.
They don't
It's
even
only
care
I'm
about
just going to name the
Jurassic Park
episode
anymore.
Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are real.
Dinosaurs on St. Patrick's Day.
Shout out the dinos. Well, it's no longer St. Patrick's Day. It's midnight now, so fuck St. Patty.
Yeah, dinosaurs. Like, why aren't we finding dinosaurs in our backyard?
I'm sure if you go dig it up, you might find some.
I'm sure I wouldn't. Like
You
the
don't know
rate
that.
at the rate that they find dinosaurs, 14 a year. They
Full
run
dino.
the planet. There
Full
were
dino.
the fucking multi-millions of these things, but we find 14 bones a year.
Apparently the
shit.
first one was found in 1824,
Holy shit, fam.
known as
He found
Megalosaurus
11,000 bones
bucklandy.
out of millions and millions of fucking animals that allegedly roamed, but we only got 11,000 pieces. All right, that makes sense. I could argue that that's one dinosaur. Y'all found one fucking dinosaur scattered around the planet. It's also not a coincidence, or is a coincidence, that the niggas that allegedly found the first dinosaur bone also believed in the Loch Ness monster. But you know, there's no link there. Right? Just an imaginary fucking lizard that lived in a lake. That still to this day, motherfuckers.
Are you talking about the Loch? Are you talking about the Loch Ness monster?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said
That was not real. That was a stick.
I know. My point. The same motherfuckers that found the dinosaur bones first.
Not the same
allegedly.
people.
Not
the same people. No,
England,
they're not.
Europe. They're all the Europeans. I don't trust any of them. They're all the same.
So they found a giant bone of a giant lizard in the ground, and you're saying that now that they made up a story of a lizard in a lake?
I'm just saying it's a little coincidental that the same motherfuckers in that region were like, ooh, bone, and also there's a big dragon on our lake. Oh, okay.
Also, where was the supposed dragon at?
In the lake. That's the whole point of the mystery of the Loch Ness monster.
Where?
I agree. It doesn't make sense, but that's
where
the legend.
On a map is that lake?
Oh, I couldn't fucking tell you. I don't fucking know anything about it. I just know
It's
that
in Scotland.
I just know they drained that lake, and just to prove that it wasn't a thing.
That's totally cool, because I mean it's totally irrelevant, but like
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, because
yes, it is.
No, it's not. The same Europeans are the ones that are like, yeah, there's a bone over here that we found, and it's still a
England
dinosaur.
Also owned that shit back in the day. And what's a better way to keep people scared than tell people there's a giant lizard in the loch? In their lake, there's now a giant reptilian lizard that could eat you.
And there's also giant bones underneath the ground from these giant lizards that used to live back in the day that would eat people. So yeah, one of those creatures is still alive in the lake. That was what they spun it as.
Yeah, you're talking about people that eat nothing but potatoes. They're not the smartest.
They spun it as a dinosaur that is still around.
Yeah, and you're talking about fucking
fam,
over 200 years ago.
Wild that you could be like, hey,
there's yes.
Right, and then you could prove it by just saying, "Hey, I dug in my backyard and I found a bone. It's from a dinosaur, and there's also a dinosaur in that lake." Hey,
I'm sure people also like didn't.
Let's start digging for bones.
They probably also didn't have fucking like constant. And look what they did. They found thousands of dinosaur bones now.
Sure, they didn't. I'm sure they probably just found regular bones of dead animals and are like, "Well, this has got to be a fucking dinosaur bone, right?" Like.
There's thousands of thousands.
They said they were real. We've been only going off this wild theory that the Brits made up.
So you think it's a collusion story that we're?
I just think motherfuckers are dumb, and I think it was a fucking myth that they ran with from back in the day.
How do you explain the giant Q-chunk bones?
I've never seen one. That's my hope. I've never seen.
You don't go anywhere.
I've never seen a tree trunk bone ever.
Because you don't. How many times are you digging holes?
I used to dig a fuck ton of holes as a kid.
Deep holes?
My dogs dig a fuck ton of holes.
They're not deep enough.
You don't know that. Now you're the expert on how deep dinosaur bones are.
I am an archaeologist, okay? And I can wholeheartedly tell you that in the hills of Pennsylvania, you are not digging nearly deep enough to find the dinosaur.
You're out of your mind. You don't know.
I do know.
I'm not digging deep enough for oil, sure, but
why wouldn't the dinosaur bones be where the oil is?
I don't know. That's allegedly what they used to also spew is these dinosaur bones.
A 5-foot hole, but that's not deep enough.
You don't think that's odd? Once people started being like, why are these fucking bones? They're like, oh, well, they also turn to oil. And we're like, oh, that makes sense. That's where oil comes from. And then they debunked that theory with, actually, no, it doesn't come out from oil. Oh, well, where are these fucking bones at then? That like you've now like been like, oh yeah, we do. All right, well we did. Where are these bones at? Oh well, now they're
But
just
there's also bones
I them in ice now. How are we? That's fun.
because,
Okay,
because it preserves it.
that's fun. I can't with these people. I
How
can't.
is this so far fetched for you? How is this?
How is this far fetched? Right.
How is it so far fetched to the fact that like there's probably the creation of oil is through like organic material.
Right, I get that, but they tried to say back in the day that dinosaur bones turned to oil, and that
They
was
also thought the Earth was the center of the universe.
this was recent within our lifetime.
I don't think so.
100%, because I remember it.
No, you don't. You don't. You don't even think the dinosaurs are real. How would you?
I remember
When did
hearing
you
it.
ever look up the theory of oil being dinosaurs and that it's not actual dinosaur bones? When in your lifetime? I know you've been here for a fucking 100 years, but when in your fucking 100-year lifetime did you hear that theory and retain that knowledge?
Oh, I
Tell me
was
what you
young.
ate for breakfast today.
No, see, you don't see. Okay, so one thing you don't know about me as a child, I was really into dinosaurs, had all the books, loved to go to museums about dinosaurs, was a really big fan, had toys of dinosaurs. So, like, when it came to anything with dinosaurs, like, that was one thing I was really intrigued and interested in. So, like, if I did hear, like, that's why I would have retained that information. I was a big fan of dinosaurs. Big fan. And then I got older and I started questioning the shit. And I'm like, actually, you know what made me question it? This is where they fucked up. This is where they first started putting doubt in my mind. I went to the Franklin Institute, I think, and they had a sand pit. And they're like, you can dig for dinosaur bones here. And you could dig for bones. And they were just being like chicken bones or some shit. But as a kid, you fucking felt like you did something. You're like, yeah, I dug a dinosaur bone. Like, I got something. Like, I'm a fucking person.
Archaeologist.
Well, yeah, but I had no idea what that word was at the time, so I just felt like I was a person that found dinosaur bones. Like that was him. And then come to find out, like when I was a little older, I was like, oh, that was just a trick. Oh, y'all tricked me. Okay. And then it just made me question about other dinosaurs. I'm like, well, hold on, this doesn't make fucking
So
sense.
you think that's messed up that they didn't take you out into a field and make you find real dinosaur bones?
No, what I'm
They made
saying is
a small model of it so that way you could find them and feel like you contributed to archaeology.
I didn't feel like I contributed to archaeology because I didn't know what that was. I just like for me as being a dinosaur fan, like I just thought I fucking dug up a dinosaur. Like for me, that was like fuck yeah, like I dug up something I really enjoyed, like whatever. Like
So
but
really, you just don't believe in dinosaurs because they traumatized you by making you believe that you contributed to science, but you didn't.
not contribute to science, contribute to my happiness.
Of
I
archaeology, of digging
No,
up dinosaur bones.
no, I was intrigued in dinosaur bones. I didn't even know people dug for dinosaur bones. That wasn't a thing that I cared about as a kid. I just cared about the animals of the dinosaurs themselves. That was it. Didn't know people dug for them as a job. Didn't know archaeology was a word or anything.
So then you
like
found
that.
out that they had to dig for them, and you were like, "Fuck these things! They're not real."
No, didn't care about any of that. What I said was when I thought I dug a real bone. Found out it wasn't a real bone later. Then I said, "Oh, that's wild. Let me look." That now made me question things. So then I looked into dinosaur bones, and that just made me go down the rabbit hole of them not being real. Because if you could just
But they are
bullshit
real.
me here, but they're not real. Because if you could bullshit me here, and then you say, "Oh, none of these bones that you ever saw in a museum that I always grew up thinking were real were not real." Oh, well, you've been. Well, are dinosaurs even real if these bones aren't even fucking real? Like, are we just making this shit the fuck up? Like, are you just gonna be like one day someone will be like, yo, I found a vampire skeleton. Oh, is this where we're at now? Okay. All right, I guess. We just say we dug up whatever and say it's whatever. Cool. I don't know. I don't know.
So the
But that's
fact that their bones in the museum are replicas has now made you think that they're cast from the rock.
That's
Right?
what they say. I don't know. I've never dug up a bone. I've never tried. But I just go now thinking as I'm even older of logic, and all of these fucking animals are on the ground, and these big fucking animals. Y'all are gonna tell me these things are fucking massive, some of them. But
Yes,
we
are.
just can't find these. It's just so hard to find these bones, huh?
No,
It's
we
just
find them
so
all the
hard.
time. People
We
find them
hold
all
on.
the time. You
Also-
don't find.
No, we don't, because
No,
we
we
only found
do.
we found 11,000 of them. And of the
I-
millions of animals. Also, we also don't find a lot human remains. We just really don't find a lot of fucking cavemen skulls or anything like that. Like, we do occasionally sometimes, and they say, yo, this is from fucking so long ago. And I'm like, how do you know? Like, how do we know this just isn't from like maybe 100 years ago and it's just in really shitty condition? Like, you don't know, but sure, let's say it's from fucking caveman days when fucking
Leave this up.
motherfuckers were throwing sticks around at dinosaurs, because that also made sense. That's what they tried to spew. We were running around with dinosaurs.
According to a worldwide interactive map of dinosaur fossil discoveries, over 15,000 different fossils have been discovered so far. This
Oh,
also
15,000.
includes
Whoop.
more than 8,000 different excavation sites and over 2,000 different types of dinosaur fossils found.
Woo. Look at that. 15,000 bones. Woohoo.
At over 8,000 different excavation sites. That's 8,000 different big holes.
And niggas barely finding shit. 11,000 bones out of millions of animals. And allegedly humans
We
that
don't
were
know
running
if there
around
was
throwing
many.
sticks at these things that they try to
So
tell
if
us.
you believe in religion, you don't believe that they were in the right at the same time. Well, should probably don't believe in dinosaurs if you believe in religion, because that wouldn't make sense.
Gee.
Are you religious now?
While two things that are fucking crazy make believe contradict each other.
Well, of course they do. You can't believe that God made man in his own image, but then wipe the planet of dinosaurs. Why would
Yeah,
he?
'cause-
Who would he have created? Who would have he created the dinosaurs from?
Well,
In
he
whose
didn't
image would
create
they
a
have
cow.
been?
He didn't create a cow from fucking Adam's left pinky toe.
Well, he created man from his own image and then created the animals afterwards. Or no, before? I don't know. I'm not a huge religious buff.
I think he did the animals first. I think we were last. I don't fucking know. But it doesn't matter. That shit's made believe. Sure don't make no fucking sense. So that's another thing. So if you do believe in God, like you said, you can't believe in dinosaurs.
Well,
Which is even more of a thing.
24 through 27 plainly indicates that man was created after the animals. Critics claim that Genesis 2:18-19 teaches that man was created before animals. Strongly assert that such language by the author of Genesis proves that the Bible is not divinely inspired.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, wait, you mean the book that was written by man contradicts the other
Yes.
version that was written by man? Shocker. Man, this is the book that everybody read. Wild. I can't. There's dinosaurs. There's motherfuckers that move rocks when they're dead. Turn to pixie dust when they get outside, like a vampire. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe Jesus was the first vampire. You ever think of that?
In the Muslim faith, man is created first. Adam and Eve is created first.
Right, cool,
That's
great.
the Quran.
But he didn't make monkeys and chickens out of toenails of Adam and Eve and titty milk. Like, He just
Well,
made
he
them.
also said that man was created from clay.
Okay, so then the animals are made from clay, is what you're trying to say,
Most
right?
likely, they're most likely also made from dust.
All right, cool, great.
So then also then creates the question of if dinosaurs are also real, why were they here much earlier than man?
Well, see, there you could make the argument of motherfucker was bored. He was like, all right, I got these animals.
But then he got bored and had to create something in his own image.
Well,
Because in religion it says that he created the planet, right? And then he
right,
created light. So and then like on the seventh day, I guess he created man.
right. Now we don't know how long a day is because, you know,
Yeah, the
we
god, I
came up
guess a day could be a whole era.
right,
And then creating a planet that has a bunch of creatures made from dust.
right, and
He got bored of
like,
watching them.
not gonna lie, to even think that a guy or a being was like, ooh, let me.
Make something that doesn't look like me and see what
Well,
it
not
does,
even
and
that, but
then let
like
me put
how
me in there.
no, how intricate all the organisms are, even from like the organisms. Like you're telling me Bull just sat there in nothingness and was like, "Oh yeah, let me make this amoeba and do this, and it's gonna have 2 cells, and then like
That's
I
why the
guess
Big Bang
in
Theory makes a
theory,
lot more sense as if
right,
you, yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
right,
Evolution makes a lot more sense than just the thought that Earth was created in a fucking out of a fucking snap of some fingers of some omnificent being, and then out of all of the things that are in our universe and in the eons of regardless of whether or not there are universes. I mean, it could all be a simulation at the end of the day, but
now I will say, and to the religious point, at least from what we can comprehend as humans, nothing or something can't come from nothing. So
yeah,
to
there
have
is
a Big Bang,
no creation of matter.
right?
Matter is
What
all.
created the Big Bang? Something had to create that, and then something had to create that, and da da da. Da. Like there has to be a beginning of something. So
To be an ending. Well, yeah,
right.
there has to be a beginning of something, so that way there could be the creation of everything else.
So
But we don't know what that is, which could have been you're muted again. But it could be what happened was that space, depending on how long and how long space and everything's been created, there could have been a huge giant, like there could have been life and all types of things going on before the Big Bang. But the Big Bang, I theorize, could have been a giant. You're muted again. Could have been a giant black hole where everything was then sucked into, which then created the Big Bang, where it was pretty much a gigantic reset of said universes. I don't know. Could be some multiverse kind of deal, but
yeah,
that's
it
how
could be a bunch
I
of
would
wild shit.
I would believe that like if you were gonna like to the thought that like matter can't just be created, that there must have been matter before there was a Big Bang, and that we're in a gigantic cycle
Mm-hmm.
in of time that we can't even fathom. That
Right.
things have been like things are predetermined that eventually there will be a cataclysmic event somewhere in where like universes or something where these gigantic massive black holes will then come together and form bigger black holes which will then suck everything in and then create another big bang which will then restart the process of life and civilizations throughout the universes again.
Yeah, that would
That
make
would, I think, would
sense.
make more sense that, like, since there is no just random creation of matter and stuff, that there must have been something here before this big bang
Right.
happened, where a supernova star either or something collapsed on itself and then created the gigantic explosion of space dust matter that we all are today.
Yeah, I think it was definitely we're just not smart enough. Like our brains can't.
Well, we're talking about like a time frame that we can't even fathom.
That's what I'm saying. We're not smart enough. We can't comprehend like even the thought. So it's
Because our
like,
lifespans aren't nearly long enough for us to even give that a thought.
yeah, I don't know. It's a wild thing to think about.
Now you'll be up all night. Boom.
No. No.
I know I am. I'm going to be sitting up there like, so what was here before?
Because I do that anyway, but I usually just do it when I'm high. Like up, like I'm tired. I'm gonna go shower and I'm gonna fucking go to sleep.
So then I wonder what. I mean, you can't think that the lost technology of fucking like pyramids and stuff would be here before the Big Bang or anything like that, because there was no creation,
Right.
or so we say. But everything would have been destroyed in said reset of universes and space.
Like I would really like us to get to like the bottom of like the oceans and shit, because I feel
Like
like there
bottom
might
of
be.
Mariana Trench and shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably some shit that like motherfuckers are gonna find and be like, oh yeah, there's a building down here. Yeah, that looks like a house or something. Like just something that's gonna be like, holy shit! Like we thought about it, we never thought like it would be a thing, and now
It does seem very strange that we know more about what's beyond our planet than we do know what's in our planet.
yeah.
But I
Makes you
mean,
kinda
you're also
think.
talking about like we need to have the technology to be able to explore those places that are in our planet because like the amount of pressure that is created by being in the depths of that deep of that magnitude is just fucking unbearable for us. So, because you need to be within like even to go even like I think to the seabed of the
But
like not even the Mariana Trench, but where the Mariana Trench begins. I don't think that like we've created a vessel or vehicle that we could survive down there.
but think about
Could be
this.
wrong though.
We could build allegedly build vessels that can survive the vacuum of space. We can have you allegedly spacewalk in the vacuum of space, but we can't figure out how to figure out this pressure thing. That just seems to stump us. I don't know. To me, I feel like there's something down there that we know about, and we're just like, nah,
Yeah, but
we're just
I
not
also do
gonna.
kind of understand the fact that like because you like with space, there might be the vacuum of space, and we can create pressurized suits. But I might be wrong about the whole pressure thing. But I do know that I am right that there's no light down there. Like in space, you have the sun. Like you can see things in space because you
Sure,
have the sun being lit, light them up. You're now at a depth so far down that light can't even reach down there.
sure, but that's flashlights.
Yeah, but like the ocean is a big place
Sure, it is.
for you to like. From what I'm reading right here, only three people have ever been down to the deepest part of the ocean, which lies in the Mariana Trench.
Sure. So 3 did it. Why not 4, 6,
11,
100?
11 kilometers down.
The rest of the planet. Like that just doesn't seem odd.
It's also a scary place.
Like even
Sharks.
even just military wise, why wouldn't you just want to try to build an underwater base? Like strategic. Oh, I just have now an underwater naval base right next to fucking China or Russia or Mexico, wherever you want it. Like we haven't tried to figure that out. I really think they found something down there back in the day, and they're like, "Nah, we good on that. Like we
You
just
know,
going not.
I don't
We
know.
just gonna act like we can't get down there. But to the moon, nah, we can go. We can go because we
Yeah,
have
see, I
that.
don't believe that at all. I don't believe that we've ever been to the moon. I think we've maybe made it to space. I don't think we've made it to the distance of the moon. I'm sure, like human wise, I'm sure it's possible, Sure that in a lifetime you can totally make it there, make it to the surface, and make it back. Like especially now, but like not 60 years ago.
Yeah, not that. Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
thinking
think that.
60 years ago we ever made it there. I think that we frauded that so that way we'd end the space race. But
Yeah, I don't think we went. But
I think the only way that you're going to be able to find the deepest part as of right now would be to send something down to the bottom of the ocean.
yeah, you going to send an
And that's only
underwater
11
into-
kilometers deep. So 10,935 meters, which is only 35,000 feet deep.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sure
not
there's
even.
still deeper areas
Oh yeah.
that we have yet to explore. But you're also now talking about you're literally looking in total darkness.
Okay, well that's why we made flashlights.
Yeah, but combing the seabed, which is 75% of the planet, it would be an around the clock job of fucking exploring.
I would
literally
think
just-
it's a world interest, especially militarily. The same way they were interested in space military. Like you again, Russia, you don't want a naval base underwater next to Florida. You had the Cuban Missile Crisis. You don't think it would have been opportune to fucking have a naval base underwater in the Gulf of Mexico? In the Bay? Like it doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, possibly not, because if you're at a depth where nothing can survive anyways, like that doesn't have like weird mutations, and I'm sure you probably get like the same problem with like within space, like muscle dystrophy and all types of problems from maybe I don't know how like gravity and shit works for like underwater like
I think it's just like
stations.
I think it's just the pressure. If you can just withstand the pressure.
But then you're also talking about like during a time like the Cuban Missile Crisis was the 60s as well. So
I know, I'm just saying wouldn't have been opportune.
it might be
Like you're
opportune now. I don't think it would be. It would be cool, but like if you're talking about something that would be undetectable, like if you can't just like build an underwater base without people knowing.
I don't know why
I don't
not. I
think
mean,
so.
China built a bunch of islands without us knowing, and then all of a sudden we're like, "Oh shit! Hey, we're doing a mission. Where are all these fucking islands? Oh, China built all this stuff. China has a bunch of man-made islands now, and now they're making military. Yeah, you can do a lot of
that's an
things
island.
undetected, but you made islands undetected, meaning you made land masses undetected on land. Like
Maybe
you
they
did that
do, though.
above water. Imagine what you would do
But we
underwater.
probably also only know about them because they now are above water, and normal people can see them. Maybe there are underwater these bases, and we just don't know about them. Maybe the public doesn't tell us about them.
Maybe, possibly. I
But
mean,
like also, like there wouldn't be any real need to make something that's fucking 35,000 feet deep.
no, you
Where
don't
you're
need.
not going to see anything but fucking.
But no,
darkness.
I'm just saying in general, why aren't there naval bases underwater? Like I feel like we found something underwater and we're like, no, we're good on that. And like I don't believe we went to the moon, but I could see us go to the moon, find some shit on the other side of the moon, or see some shit and be like, nah, we good on that. We just gonna not ever go back. We just gonna scrap everything, burn everything, and we just gonna tell them we can't go. Like I could also see that because I just don't trust the government.
Well, yeah, your prayers have been sort of answered.
Which
I
ones?
have
The
found
ones
an
of what? How can I find dinosaur bones more
Now,
readily?
3 deep underwater military bases in the U.S. Oh wait, this
Okay.
might be ground. Hold on, I didn't proofread this at all. I looked up just underground. Maybe I meant to put underwater.
They might be under sea level.
The United States Navy built permanent and temporary submarine bases around the world. To maintain its fleet of submarines that serve the needs of the crew, the submarine bases or military bases offer fleet anchorages and resupply submarine, blah, 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 blah.
As far as I know, submarines come up to dock.
That's what I would believe they would be doing, because
Yeah, that's what I just watched the submarine docking. Yeah, they definitely come up the dock and they're under for like 6 months. And the way they fucking do it is by their nuclear reactor and all this nonsense. Nimitz? What was I looking at? I don't remember.
So deep sea manned bases were first proposed in a paper by the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics in 1968. The IAA vision utilized underwater mining techniques and was touted as being surprisingly affordable. With this compelling evidence must be some base out there. It's not like the U.S. is a stranger to secret military bases, either both are above and below ground. The U.S. already has at least one water base that we know of. A naval testing facility beneath a deep lake in Bayview, Idaho. Established during World War II. This is hardly the deep sea operation conspiracy, however. According to the Richard Sauter, there's an abundance of military operations on the very bottom of the ocean. But are there really? Question mark. Here, we'll read this together. Regular military bases are expensive to build and requires tons of people to staff and operate. If these are located at the bottom of the ocean, they require extra cost in developing, testing, and maintaining watertight living quarters. On top of that, it's very hard to keep people alive underwater, thanks to the incredible pressure and freezing temperatures. Not to mention, there's very little to back up Saunders' claim of multiple bases. It could be like a Bob Lazar fucking thing.
What is a Bob Lazar like type of thing?
Well, you know how he said that he worked at Area 51 and worked on like UFO ships. This could be one of those instances where like this guy claims that there's a bunch of US bases underwater, and there probably could be. And they're
I see
just
what you're
being like,
saying.
oh, no, he's just a kook.
I see. Oh yeah, the government's good for that.
China, however,
I don't
is
trust
planning
them.
on building an underwater research facility at 10,000 feet below the South China Sea. And it's big news. How could the U.S. or any other big government or corporation keep several of them so secret? The surprisingly affordable price tag seems a little suspect too, given that there are a few underwater hotels that cost billions of dollars to build. And these are only about 40 to 60 feet deep beneath the soil. Deep sea bases would likely be miles below. The AIAA proposed in 1968 intended them to be drilled right into the ocean floor. Of course, a military base wouldn't have the luxe amenities found in these underwater hotels, but the expense of staffing, supplying, and maintaining a military base could certainly rival or exceed those costs. So while it's fairly likely the U.S. government would build underwater bases, it's not clear if they actually could. To find out what Matt, Ben, and Noel think about the possibilities and hear the evidence and a few James Bond impressions, you'll have to listen to the entire podcast. So apparently there's a podcast where they discuss these
sure there
theories,
is.
and they talk about it. So shouts to them. Anybody who wants to watch that, please watch. Hold on. What's the podcast name?
Sure.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yep, it's not important.
Stuff they don't want you to know.
Sure.
Yes, on iHeartRadio. Episode's called "Are There Any Real Underwater Military Bases?" By the Stuff They Don't Want You to Know podcast.
Sure.
Which is what I'm going to think about for the rest of the night, as I think about dinosaur bones and the creation of time and space and planets and whatnot. This has been the longest episode. Not actually the longest episode. Our first episode was the longest episode.
Yeah.
But this has been a super duper long one, so we're going to call it quits on this one. Thank you, Jay, for adding this plethora of hour-long content at the very end of our original episode that was a bore snore. Thank you. I'm going to cut this episode in half and probably post it twice. Possibly. If I ever figure out how to download and do some sort of fucking editing software where I can then do that.
There you go.
So you should look up some fucking editing software. I forget the names of them. I hate having ADD. I need to be put on Adderall.
You
Fucking
know,
ASAP.
this podcast content, but
Do you want to save it for next week, or you want to add it to this plethora?
it's not even. It has nothing to do with anything
Okay.
important.
Okay, well then,
relevant.
we're going to be signing off here because this is super long, and yeah, I'd like to do other things. So thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. I don't know where this will be at in the ethos of our podcast and whether or not it'll ever be listened to and see the light of day. If I can figure out some editing software, I will try and make this its own fucking thing. So, Homeless Jay, you have a great night.
Absolutely. Y'all out there, be safe now, or don't be. Just don't do that shit around me.
Don't drink and drive.
Around me. Do it just somewhere else.
All right. Well, everybody have a great night and have a pleasant tomorrow. If not,
Unless you somebody that we hate, don't
Then
have a
fuck
good
you.
night. Yeah, it's fuck you and your family for 7 generations.
then yes, on that one, fuck you. We out. Peace.
Deuces.